And we're live. What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the stream tonight. And boy, do we have a fun one here for you tonight. The Washington Capitals against the New York Rangers. I think by this point, I don't even need to explain why everyone's amped up for this game. We all know what happened on Monday night, the last time these two teams played. We all know that Wilson wasn't suspended. We're all waiting to see what's going to happen now. Do the Rangers respond? Is it just a normal game? What happens here? This is gonna be interesting. A lot of people are looking forward to this one. There's nationally televised game on NBCSN. It's gonna be an interesting night, I think, and we can't wait to see how it's going. As you can see, Perlo is joining me here tonight. We got him on for the stream as well. This is going to be a fun one. Also, adding to the other news of the day is that the Rangers fired their GM and president today. So John Davidson and Jeff Gorton are gone from the Rangers now. Chris Drury is taking over. And after everything that happened on Monday, you think it probably would have been a little bit better of an idea to wait till the end of the season if you were going to do this. But instead, they decided to do it right now, and it's just, I don't know, it's wild what's going on with the New York Rangers organization right now. So, welcome into the chat, everybody. I appreciate everyone being here. We've got Vernon, Nico, White Lightning, Isaiah, Bill, Kyle, Chris Kreider, welcome to the chat. Hockey Gamer, Dimitri, Jack, Implicit, Sasha's here, Underwater's here, Nick is here, Anthony is here, Jack is here, Aiden is here, Bubbaloo. What is going on, guys? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Appreciate all you guys watching. So, I mean, we're just kind of waiting for puck drop here to see what happens, but this is going to be an interesting one, I think. Yeah, I saw Baked Potato. I did see, well, the Wild, that was a couple nights ago. Yes. They came back against Vegas. Caroline, what is going on? Logan, what is going on? Welcome, guys. Perlo, welcome to the stream. Appreciate you coming on. It's great to have you for this game. Ready? Are you ready for this one?
Yeah, this is crazy what's happened the last little while. I personally don't have any problem with Wilson. What happened? I mean, he shouldn't have did what he did, but I don't think he should be suspended or anything. I just think the Rangers got to learn how to have a tough lineup, and they don't. And as simple as that. And they got taken advantage of. Boo-hoo. Yeah, and they complained to the league about it. I'm not sure. I don't think they should get. Why would you fire Gordon now? Because he did said something about the league was never like this before. And I love hockey. I love the NHL. They've done a lot of great things, but they're becoming like a soap opera now in weird ways, like overreactions and stuff like that. Do you agree?
Yeah, it's definitely interesting. I mean, the Rangers don't looking at their lineup, they don't have anybody that's just going to stand toe to toe with Tom Wilson. They
apparently they called somebody up.
Did Geertsen get called up?
I heard he was going to, but
I don't think he actually did, because I didn't hear that. I never saw anything official about them actually calling him up. I wanted them to call him up because that kid can fight. He is a tough SOB that's played a lot down in the AHL, but I don't think they actually called him up. So there's no one in their regular lineup, especially with Brendan Lemieux gone, that's going to stand up with Wilson one-on-one. What I'm wondering is if they just go after him, like if they jump him or if they take somebody else out.
I don't think they do anything, to tell you the honest truth. I think they all hope it goes away. Like, what are you going to do? If I'm Wilson, I'm just like, if I'm the coach, I'm putting Wilson on every second shift. Just put him out every second shift. Just go boo to everybody. Boo, boo. Just have them scared everywhere they go. I think the Rangers are scared out of their minds. They're acting like they are. Like writing the league and saying you want Paros taken out and all this garbage.
Yeah, that was absurd. I've never seen anything like that before.
Yeah, I honestly don't. I hope I'm wrong, but I don't think much is going to happen tonight.
See, I'm hoping that the Rangers respond because they've got to do something. Even if it's Brendan Smith, like you've got to do
Yeah,
something.
that's about all it's going to be. Is Brendan Smith is going to get ragdolled, and that'll be the end of it.
Because
Yeah, that'll be it.
the thing that I always think of is when Milan Lucic ran over Ryan Miller back in 2011, and Buffalo really didn't do anything at the time about it, and they got absolutely shredded by their fans, by the media, by the whole league. Like everyone shredded Buffalo for doing nothing and just standing there and watching as their goaltender got run over. And then the next time they played the Bruins, Paul Gostad had to fight Milan Lucic. Gostad did not win that fight, but at least he stood up. And I remember that was overall a pretty physical game between those two, but I don't think it's really going to be anything more than that, unless the only other thing that I could think of is in 2011 when the Penguins and the Islanders had that game that had like 10 fights in it and ended up with like, but the lineups were so different. Like if you look at what they had in the lineups, the Islanders had Michael Haley, Trevor Gillies,
Yeah.
who else? Someone else, Matt Martin, a very young Matt Martin was in that game. Like Pittsburgh had Eric Goddard, bless you, and Eric Tangradi and Craig Adams, and like the lineups back then were totally different than what lineups look like now.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's much that they're going to be able to do with this lineup. It's not like they have somebody out there that's just going to take on Wilson, unless.
Well, I can tell you that there's not much they're going to be able to do because they didn't do much at the time.
Well,
What do you? I mean, when you got Panarin jumping on the back of Wilson, you better have somebody to back you up, and he didn't have anybody to back him up. So yeah, he's gonna get thrown around. Like Panarin, if you got somebody like Reeves in your lineup, Panarin's not going to jump on the back of Wilson, right? He's going to wait for Reeves to take care of it later. Why would you do that? Like they got a problem there in New York. They need to get some guys that can take care of business.
Yeah, they don't have that right now.
Yeah.
But it's gonna be fun. I'm kind of waiting for opening puck drop just to see if there's like what the tension level is like here. I wonder if you're Peter Laviolette, does Wilson start the game? Is he out there for the opening faceoff? If you're Peter Laviolette, because I'd probably throw him out there.
First thing, absolutely, yeah. I'm putting him out there. I'm putting him out there and telling him to put his arms out to challenge everybody on the Rangers lineup because there's nobody there who's going to do a darn thing. And now you've got a psychological edge right off the bat, and that's why I think Washington's going to win this game. They've got a huge psychological edge. I would be embarrassed if I was a Ranger and my organization was acting like a parent that walked me home to school because somebody bugged me, at school or something. That's basically how they're acting. I would be embarrassed, and I think they are embarrassed.
Yeah, and trying to think, Sean Avery earlier today was talking about it, and he said he would run the goalie. He says that's how he would, rather than going after Wilson himself, especially a team like the Rangers that doesn't have the firepower to take on Wilson, he would target the goaltender or a star player on the Capitals because Wilson targeted Panarin, and that would be the way that he would get back at them rather than going at Wilson himself.
Yeah, but the problem with that is if you do that, whoever does that, Wilson's going to take him. So you better not put him on the ice again after he does it because Wilson's going to go after him, man. And Wilson's not going to care if he gets suspended in that situation. So, that's the issue. They really have no recourse. I agree. I thought of that too, but no matter what, they look really bad. The Rangers look really bad here. They look really bad.
Yeah, I don't know what's going to happen here. I am excited for it, but I don't know what's going to happen. It's not like you have the lineups that you did 10 years ago where you knew that certain guys were going to start the game. There was going to be a fight off the opening faceoff, and that would probably settle it. The Rangers don't really have that guy to just fight him off the opening faceoff. They don't have an enforcer in the lineup, and most teams don't. If this were the Islanders, I think you have Matt Martin and you have Ross Johnston. If this was Vegas, obviously, they would have Ryan Reeves. If this was, there are a few teams. I mean, St. Louis has Kyle Clifford. He can certainly handle business. I think Wayne Simmons would be out there if this was Toronto. But the Rangers just don't have that in their lineup.
It shows the importance of having that.
Yeah. And the guy that they did have was Brendan Lemieux, who they then traded to the LA Kings.
Yeah. Even Edmonton doesn't really have much, although Nurse would probably do something if he had to. Yeah, but he's hurt. But
yeah, Cassian's always been hurt recently. Fourth line starting for the Capitals here. We have 3 fights off the draw. Down Hathaway. Everybody's into it. DiGiuseppe, Blackwell, we started it. 3 fights. Let's go. Well, could not have been a better start. Hathaway's in it with DiGiuseppe. Wow. We got Dowd going at it. Defensemen are not getting involved. Everyone else is stopped. Hathaway and DiGiuseppe is the last fight left. And DiGiuseppe goes down. 3 fights at the opening draw, and we have hockey, baby. Let's go.
Nice. I love it. That's awesome.
Hagelin fought. Carl Hagelin just dropped the gloves. Oh, that was a perfect way to start it. Now let's get Wilson on the ice. So Rooney fought Dowd. Was it Blackwell that fought Hagelin, and then DiGiuseppe fought Hathaway?
Yeah.
Now that is how you start a hockey game right there.
And that was orchestrated.
Oh yeah, those lines were out there to start for a reason.
They knew beforehand that they were going to do that for sure.
This was probably set up in warm-ups.
It's just going to be everything then? This is going to be all of it? And how is the league going to respond to this? A quite obviously orchestrated scrap before the game even starts. Oh, wow.
Well, New Jersey and New York did it the same thing in 2012.
Yeah, that was a long time ago. Yeah, but I think it's. Let's see what they continue now. Let's see if this.
The Oshie line's out now, and no one drops gloves. So we are underway for, actual hockey now, as it's moved up here. Rangers into the offensive zone a few seconds in. 3 fights off the opening face-off. Very reminiscent of the Rangers and Devils back in 2012.
Yeah. I said in my show that there was only going to be 1 fight. Is that 3 fights, or is that 1 fight all at the same time? But that was 3 fights, I guess.
Yeah, all 3 forwards for each team drop the gloves on the opening faceoff. Capitals take a shot there. That one goes wide. And now they go after Wilson. Brendan Smith jumps him. Brendan Smith starts hammering away on Wilson, and Wilson gets up. He gets a right of his own in. Brendan Smith, the one I thought it would be for the Rangers, goes right after Tom Wilson. Wilson's definitely landing some rights here, though. Smith is just not a good enough fighter to be the one doing this. Smith gets after him. Wilson gets another couple rights in. Smith trying to come over the top. He's hanging on, trying to get his helmet off. Wilson lands another under and over. Wilson is out. Wilson won that fight quite easily here. And this is absolutely freaking awesome. This is how you play hockey right here. Wilson and Smith go at it, and Wilson definitely won that one as soon as he comes on the ice.
Big respect for Smith for taking that fight.
Huge props to Brendan Smith there. He's literally the only guy on the Rangers that could do that. They don't have any toughness to match the Capitals in this lineup. Smith is their toughest guy at this point, with Lemieux gone.
Yeah, and he's overmatched in that fight.
Wilson, that's the problem. Wilson's one of the top 5 toughest guys in the league, so almost everybody is overmatched.
Yeah.
Everyone, Wilson overmatches most of the league, with the exception of, Lucic, Reeves, Simmons. There's not a lot of guys left that Wilson doesn't overmatch.
That's about it, actually. He made Chara.
Yeah, but Chara's his own teammate, so.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I guess so. But, not too many. Not too many. I can't think of anybody else now off the top of my head that could go with him.
This is fantastic. 50 seconds in, and we've had 4 fights in the game already. This brings me back to the hockey that I loved watching growing up.
Yeah, I did not think that the Rangers were going to do this. Kudos to them for doing it.
Yeah, this is what I wanted to see from New York.
Yeah.
Face-off one back there. Capitals are on the power play here, so Smith definitely got the instigator there. Instigator package there. And Capitals get the early power play. I mean, the Rangers do not care about winning this game. They're out of the playoffs. This game means absolutely nothing for them.
Yeah, and God forbid if they start getting down 4 or 5-0. Holy crap!
Oh yeah, it's gonna get real juicy.
For a long night here. Yeah.
Rangers trying to get it out of the zone on the PK here. Still nothing. Just over a minute in. We've had 4 fights in the game already. Exactly the kind of start that I was hoping for. As it's sent out there. Good clear on the penalty kill by New York there. Roman, what's going on? Lauren, Keaton, Joey, Christina, Flipper, Sweep the Leg, Spence, Anthony, everybody. Flipper, who I know I miss people in the chat, guys. Dan, XGN, Ethan, Ace, Dimitri, Avi, everyone's here. Isaac, let's go. Nice save there. 4 fights to start the game, Roman. 3 off the opening face-off, and then Brendan Smith went right after Tom Wilson as soon as he stepped on the ice. Caps are on the power play here, setting up in the offensive zone. 1:05 left on the power play as they're looking for the first goal of this game. Very, very much like the 2012 game between the Devils and the Rangers. Absolutely. Taken now.
So now it's about who's going to win now.
Yeah. Taken in the offensive zone here. Yeah, Hope Glory, the first minute was everything. 4 fights in the first minute. These two teams going at it. Wilson fought Smith after Brendan Smith went right after him. And Tom Wilson definitely won the fight, Prosperous, but major props to Brendan Smith for fighting out of his weight class and going after Wilson. And then we had 3 fights on the opening face-off between the 4th lines of each team. It was absolutely glorious. So much reminds me of 2012 between the Devils and the Rangers. And the hockey that was so much fun to watch early when I was growing up and before the league got real soft.
Yeah, I agree. This is what it's all about right here. Not writing letters to the league and blah blah blah. This is it. This was the way it's supposed to be taken care of. Yeah. I don't know if it's done or not. It looks like things are calmed down now, but
power play's just about over here for Washington. Rangers kill it off, and we're still scoreless here. A couple minutes in, 3 minutes in now. And we are back to even strength 5-on-5. Down behind the net now. Capitals take it. Spin around in front there. Back to Brendan Dillon. Long shot. That one gets blocked. Ranger player down. Sherry with it now. He gets a shot off. Nice save there. I didn't even notice who the goaltenders were today. Is that
Georgiev?
Georgiev's in for the Rangers. That was a nice stop there.
And Vanacek.
Yeah, I saw earlier that Vanacek was supposed to be playing. So Vanacek's in for the Caps. Georgiev's in for the Rangers. And the Rangers are now in the offensive zone. We're at even strength hockey here. 16:22 to go. Taken now back to the point. Long shot there. That one gets blocked. Capitals get it out. Moved up ice. Dumped back in. After it now are the Rangers trying to quickly move it out of their own zone. Hey, Cooper, what's going on? Welcome. Under 16 minutes now to go. First period. 0-0 game. Icing there against the Rangers. We'll get a whistle. And an ozone draw coming up here for Washington.
Oh, Obi didn't play. Yeah, Obi's in. I saw the grade 8. I saw 8.
No, I don't think so.
I could have swore I saw 8 on the power play there. Or was that, is that Oshie?
No, I think Ovechkin was ruled out of this game.
Oh, okay. Geez, maybe not so much on the over then. I thought he was going to be playing tonight. But Kuznetsov, he's done in Washington now.
Yeah, it certainly seems that there's been a lot of rumors about him being traded, and whatnot this offseason. Oh, we got another fight here. Who is this? Is it Michael Raffle? Michael Raffle dropping the gloves here. He's a new Capital coming in from the Philadelphia Flyers. And is that Boteto? That's Anthony Boteto for the New York Rangers, and they break it up. 5th fight of the game. 5th fight of the game already. Boteto and Raffle drop the gloves right off of the face-off there. And it looks like we are going to have a fight night at Madison Square Garden here. Michael Raffle getting in on the action. New member of the Washington Capitals. Certainly, I'm sure that his teammates appreciate that.
Yeah.
Now we got 5 in the box for each team.
Yeah, that back in the day, that was common, right?
This is fun. This is so much fun. This reminds me of the hockey I grew up with. And now we got another one. Ryan Strome off the draw against Lars Eller. 2 guys who very rarely fight. Lars Eller and Ryan Strome right off of the face-off. I would say that I expect Strome to be a little bit better at this. Eller's got good strength, though. He's trying to get him in tight. Strome comes back with a right and takes down Eller at the end. Wow, you don't see Ryan Strome and Lars Eller fighting all that much. Fight number 6. There was a couple years ago, the Panthers and the Stars had a game with 6 fights. That's the most fights in a single game that I can remember recently. Obviously, if you go back to the old days, there's
lots of those, but I wonder if they're making a statement here. They'll have nobody they'll have nobody to play. Yeah, Lars Eller didn't look like he was very natural in that.
No, Lars Eller hasn't dropped the gloves too many times in his career. But he stood up there. Strome, not a big-time fighter either. He usually goes once or twice a season. But now, all right, Zibanejad's out there. Is Mika going to drop him? We could see the star players start going at it here. We could see the star players start going at it here.
Yeah,
because there's bad blood between these two teams. I wouldn't
look at
Wilson's laughing in the box.
He's laughing his butt off.
He knows he's in everybody's heads at this point. Good shot. Oh, big save there by Vanacek. That was a really solid opportunity for the Rangers there. Nice shot, but Vanacek makes the big glove save. That was a great pass out from behind the net out into the front there. Who was that? That was Buchnevich with the pass out to Julien Gauthier, and Gauthier got a solid shot off Vanacek with a big stop. Ozone draw here. That one gets won back by the Capitals defensively. They'll try and work it out. Moved into the middle. Up to Oshie now, into the offensive zone. Capitals on the rush. Goes in behind the net. In the corner, Caps maintain possession. Not even 5 minutes in yet. Oh, big hit down there in the corner. Sherry bounced off one of the Rangers. Up and out of the zone, though. Rangers cleared out. It's dumped in. Vanacek has to play it, and he'll cover it up as Zibanejad goes in and forces a face-off here. 15:05 left in the first period. And no goals yet, but 6 fights. So we're off to a fantastic start here. Yeah, I'm a little surprised, THG, that Oshie hasn't gotten in. He never minds dropping the gloves from time to time, but maybe just hasn't found a partner yet.
I think that is a little bit strategic here. Washington does want to win this game.
Yeah.
So they don't really want Oshie in the penalty box. I think you're still going to see lots of goals down the way here, too, after all of this is taken care of. I have a feeling. But
Moved in here now. Offensive zone chance. Nice shot there. Vanacek makes a save. Rangers back into the offensive end. Trying to keep it here. Capitals are able to clear it out. Moved up into the middle. Taken now. Apple Hills, what is going on? Welcome. Thank you for being here. Appreciate it. I don't think anybody on the Rangers is going to fight Chara. That would be a death sentence.
yeah, pretty much.
Man, this is the most excited I've been for a start to a game in a long time. This is absolutely glorious. 6 fights already. Let's keep it coming. Long shot there. Oh, that one deflects just high. This is the hockey that I remember. This is fun. This is pure
This is
fun.
This is what hockey was growing up when I was playing and everything. This is what it was.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
This is going to go down definitely in recent history as one of the best games. Big time reminds me of the Penguins and Islanders back in 2011 after the Max Talbot Blake Como hit, and then when Rick DiPietro got his face broke by Brent Johnson, the goalie fight, and then the next game after had like 10 fights in it and like 400 something penalty minutes. It was glorious. This is reminding me of that quite a bit. Brian, what is going on? Welcome. Appreciate you stopping in and watching. Really appreciate it. Moved up now. Rangers get it out of the zone. Kraftstov going after it. Cleared back here. Taken by New York. They're regrouping in their own end. Capitals trying to keep it in at the blue line. They do. Going on the attack now. Down low. Oh, a goalie fight would be absolutely incredible.
I think that's why they put Georgiev in there.
Yeah, they're not going to... I mean, I don't think the Capitals want a goalie fight because they're getting ready for the playoffs.
Yeah.
The Rangers have nothing to play for. The Rangers are just here to kick ass. Like they're just playing to stand up for themselves at this point. The Capitals actually have to worry about beyond the end of the regular season. So I don't think they want Vanacek fighting necessarily. But that would be super fun. This game is exactly what I wanted, Prosperous. Exactly what I wanted. Shot there. That one goes wide. Blocker side on Georgiev. Taken, kept in the zone by Trevor Van Riemsdyk. Vernon with the 5. Let's go. Get that dono hype in the chat for Vernon. Thank you so much, man. Much appreciated.
We're starting to play now.
Taken now through the neutral zone. Capitals going to have to go back and regroup here. Back in their own end. We've got 11.5 to go in the first period. No score yet. Taken now. Washington. Nicholas Backstrom through the neutral zone. Into the offensive end. He gives the puck away, though. Coming back the other way. Here comes the Rangers. They get a shot off. It goes wide of Vanacek. He shovels it to the corner. Backstrom back after it. Takes a hit, but clears it up and out of the zone. Moved up now. Back.
Tours.
D to D pass here. Keandre Miller with it. He throws it down deep behind the net. Backstrom trying to move it out again. Gets it to the middle. Past Orlov. Taken up now and into the offensive zone. Here comes Washington. Connor Sherry trying to go around the D. Keandre Miller ties him up. Zibanejad with a hit behind the net on Orlov. Rangers trying to move it up and out. Not able to. Kept in here. Oshie at the blue line. High slot now. He rips a shot off. That gets blocked. Rangers able to clear the zone. Moved out here now. Anthony Mantha with it. He brings it back in for Washington. Mantha with a shot in there. Georgiev makes a save and covers it. 10:29 left in the first, and we are going to head to the first commercial break, and it's a mass exodus out of the penalty box. All of the fighters leave the penalty box at once, and there's literally 6 guys for each team leaving there. That was absolutely fantastic. And no goals here. First commercial break, 10.5 minutes to go in the period, but 6 fights in the game so far, starting off exactly how I wanted it. And this has been fun. This has been fun.
I'm glad I was wrong. I'm glad. This has been good. For sure, no doubt about it. That would be funny if they got out of the box and just went at it again. Right during the commercial break. The Broad Street Caps.
This Broad Street Caps. I mean, this is definitely a page out of old school hockey, exactly how I like it. And this has been absolutely fantastic. It does, THG, this reminds me a lot of the Islanders and Penguins fight night in 2011. I think it was 2011. Yeah, 6 fights, Erwin. 3 off the opening face-off and then 3 cents.
It'll be interesting to see if they got it out of their system now. We have something to talk about. JP Pootsalan.
Hey,
how you
Jay,
doing,
what's
buddy?
going on? Tom, Dave, Schultz, Wilson.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll have something to talk about. I was certainly wrong about this game. I thought the Rangers were going to cower.
No.
But they didn't.
They have not at all. Asher, what's going on? Welcome. Thank you for being here. Appreciate it. Score prediction? I'm going to say... I don't even know. I'm not even thinking about a score in this game. I'm going to say 4-2 Capitals. I think it's going to end up 4-2
right.
Caps.
That sounds about right.
Because the Capitals do have something to play for here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Taken back here. Offensive zone draw. Long shot there. Saved by Georgiev through traffic. 72 penalty minutes already. We have a long way to go if we're going to be breaking any records. That's for sure. Taken now. Rangers trying to get it out of their zone. They do. 10 minutes to go. Halfway through the first now as that one gets dumped in. Oglethorpe. Yeah, this is very slap shot. Bring back the Hanson brothers. Get the Hanson brothers out there, and Ogie Oglethorpe can play for the Capitals. Rangers back in behind their own net now, trying to get it out of the zone. They move it off the boards and clear. Here's Kevin Rooney now through the neutral zone into the offensive end. He gets a shot off. That gets blocked up and on to the netting. And we get a stoppage here. 9:34 to go in the first period. That's going to be an offensive zone faceoff coming up here for New York as that puck deflected out. No, Rangers don't have any true goons, not for sure.
Yeah, my favorite, what we don't see too much, but there are now, I'm trying to find them, is the guys like Barnaby that smile while they fight.
Oh, yeah, the Matt Barnabys. Oh, yeah.
Oh, Barnaby was one of my favorite players ever, man. He does the freaking fist pump, and he's like,
he was the perfect agitator that also backed it up by dropping the gloves. He
scored too.
Yeah. And he could play too. And but he wasn't like one of those Max Lapierre type guys or Alex Burrows who would rarely actually stand up for it. Like he would agitate you, and then he would go out and drop the gloves with you, and then he would score a goal later in the game too.
Yeah. And he would drop the gloves happily with you.
Oh, yeah, he enjoyed it. He was one of those guys that absolutely loved fighting. Absolutely loved fighting.
And he was 5'10", 185 pounds.
Yeah, he wasn't big.
Crazy. I love Matthew Barnaby. One of my faves ever, for sure. I'm trying to think of the guy from Florida that's kind of like that now. Uh, I love him.
We got a penalty call coming up here. I believe it's going to be against the Capitals. So the Rangers are going to get a power play chance now. So we'll see if the Rangers are able to take a lead here on their first power play opportunity. Oh, Darren McCarty was incredible. I absolutely loved Darren McCarty.
Yeah. Ryan Lomberg. I've seen him a couple times.
Oh yeah, Ryan Lomberg's a tough kid. He's a tough kid.
And he smiles while he fights.
Yeah.
He's got a big smile on his face. I love that. Yeah. Yeah, McCarty was a beast, man, in every way. He was a great player too. Like, he was a player. He was like the answer to Probert. After Probert, there was McCarty.
All right. I'm going to update some of these other scores. I haven't been paying. There's been so much going on here that I haven't kept up with everything else. I'm just going to roll through here. Let's see. Lightning up 1-0 on the Stars. That would be a big blow. Dallas actually could be eliminated tonight. If the Predators win and Dallas loses, I believe that they are eliminated. Ottawa with a 1-0 lead over Montreal. Jesus.
It's good. I got Ottawa.
Oh.
I picked Ottawa.
No, that's good for you. Nashville up 1-0 on Columbus. So Nashville looks like they're doing their job so far. We'll see how it goes. Yeah. So those games are all in the first. Some more games coming up at 8 as well as 9:30 and one late one at 10 as well. So we're at commercial break here. First period action. Still scoreless in this one, but certainly plenty going on. That's for sure. We did have a line brawl, Bart. A real line brawl, too. Not one of these wimpy line brawls that they call, that they talk about when, there's a little scrum after the whistle and multiple guys come together. No, we had a real line brawl with multiple fights at the same time. We've had 6 total fights in the game, and this is absolutely glorious. Oh, Tiger Williams was a legend, absolutely. All-time penalty minutes leader. All-time penalty minutes leader in the NHL. Jaden, what is going on? Welcome.
Tiger Williams was freaking awesome.
He also, didn't he score a boatload of points, too? Like, he was actually a good player.
He wasn't a bad player at all, considering how much he could kick butt. Yeah, he could play. He played in the top 6 a lot. Yeah. For sure.
He has almost 4,000 penalty minutes. He has over 500 career points. So it's not like he was just out there slugging either. Like, he could actually score, too.
Yeah, he could. He could. He was a pretty decent player. Closest the person that he was like a Foligno.
Mm-hmm.
Except, if the Folignos played back then, they probably would have got penalty minutes similar to his, too.
Rangers on the power play here. Under 8 minutes to go in the first. Setting up now in the offensive zone. They still got 1:20 of power play time. Absolutely, Jack. Absolutely. Aiden, what is going on? Welcome. Thank you for being here. Moved into the middle. Chance there. Rangers. Oh, just can't get the shot off. Char just took a tripping penalty. It's going to be a 5-on-3 here. And now we got some pushing. Oh, some more after the whistle here. Scrum. Hathaway's in it. Hathaway's going to end up taking another penalty if he's not careful. This is going to be a 5-on-3 here for the Rangers. Char took a tripping call, and now we got a scrum going on afterwards.
Yeah, I don't think. Looked like he tripped right over his stick there. I don't know. I'd have to see that again.
Char can open it him. He got the stick between the legs and can open it him. It wasn't like Char's. He didn't like do it on purpose, but he got the stick right between the legs. So.
Oh yeah, you can. You gotta call that. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I didn't see the close up of it. Yeah, you gotta call that. It's nothing.
So 5-on-3 here for the Rangers now, and a chance to take a lead in this game. Middle portion of the first period here. 7:42 to go.
That's not good. So
I appreciate everybody watching. Thank you guys all so much for being here. Perlo's channel is linked in the description if you would like to check him out. And if you guys hit the thumbs up button, it really helps out the channel a lot. And of course, please subscribe if you are new. I cover the entire NHL on this channel, so no matter what team you're a fan of, who you like, who you don't like, everybody is welcome here. And we'd love to have you become part of the channel community.
It's been a good one.
It has. This has been a real fun first period, that's for sure. Moved back now. Taken by Lafreniere. Setting up for the Rangers. Back to the point. They've still got 44 seconds of 5-on-3 time here. Looking to take a lead in this game. Capitals trying to kill it off. This game actually is pretty important for the Capitals standings-wise, so they can't just throw the whole thing away. Like the Rangers can afford to because they're already out of it. Cross-ice pass here. That one doesn't connect. Stick broke there for one of the Rangers. They get a new one from the bench. 20 seconds left in the 5-on-3 now. Sent across ice here. That one gets blocked by Brendan Dillon. Nice defensive play there. Back out now. Zibanejad down low. Back to Zibanejad, top of the circle. He gets a shot off. It goes wide. 10 seconds left. Oh, it deflects up and out of play. 11 seconds left in the 5-on-3. We'll have another face-off here.
Washington's played probably some of the best defense they've played since Barry Trotz. This year, I would say. Laviolette's got them playing.
Oh, yeah. Well, they didn't play defense under Todd Reardon, and that, I think, was one of the biggest problems.
Yeah.
Hootie, what is going on? Laugh TV, thank you so much for subscribing. Everyone, welcome Laugh to the channel. Thank you so much. Really, really appreciate it. Sagan tied it. It's 1-1. Dallas ties the game up. That's a big goal. Logan, what's going on? Welcome. Thank you for being here.
Yeah, Newhook's going to be in tonight. That's cool.
I'm super excited to see how he looks. 5-on-3 has ended. We're back to a regular 5-on-4 now for the Rangers. They have not scored yet on this power play chance. I'm super excited to see how Alex Newhook looks with the Avs. He played at Boston College, so obviously watching him play locally now in the NHL, it's really exciting to see. As we got to stop there. Vanacek able to keep it out. Rangers keep it in the zone, however. 30 seconds of power play time left. Appreciate everybody watching in the chat. Thank you guys all so much for being here. We've got a real exciting one going on. Cross-ice pass there. That one just misses on the connection. Taken now. 10 seconds left on the power play. And that one, Ranger player falls down, and that's cleared all the way down. That's pretty much going to do it for the man advantage here. Hey, Brian, that is awesome. Power play is over. We are back to 5-on-5 hockey. Char is out of the box. And it is all even now. Still 0-0 here with 5.5 to go in the first. And we get a stoppage here and a face-off coming up. Looks like that might have been an icing against the Rangers as the pass didn't connect with anybody.
That was like pretty important. I still think the Rangers want to win this game because they want to beat them on the ice and on the scoreboard. But it wasn't a very good looking power play there. And now Washington can get themselves together and start focusing on winning this game as well. That was a time goal they really needed there.
Brian says if we get a 7th fight, I'll dono $7. Well, we've still got 2 more periods and plus 5 minutes left in this one to go, Brian, so it's definitely possible. Hockey fan, thank you so much. Really, really appreciate it. Everyone, hockey fan hype in the chat. New subscriber to the channel. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Capitals bring it into the offensive zone here, trying to keep up with everything. Looks like one of the Rangers players has dropped their gloves there and then just skated to the Capitals player didn't. They just skated off. That was weird. You don't see that every day. Or one, at least, I don't know, one glove. What? I didn't exactly see what happened there.
It almost looked like the Capitals player didn't notice he dropped his gloves there, I think. I don't think he was wimping out on it. I think he just didn't notice it.
I don't know what the heck that was very weird. Taken now as the Rangers dump it into the offensive zone. 4:10 now left in the first period. They throw a hit there on Wilson. That was Zibanejad throwing a hit on Wilson there. We got a penalty call coming up, though. And play gets whistled down. And the camera is still back behind the net. Let's see what the call is.
What was
here.
it?
Buchnevich going to the box here for the Rangers. So that's going to give the Capitals a power play here. And we'll have to catch a replay as to what exactly happened there when we come back, but the Caps are going to the power play.
I think the Caps have said it's time to win the game now.
I
We've
think
let
so.
you have
The
for fun. It's
Capitals
time to
need,
win
like,
the
this game's
game.
important for them in the standings for sure.
Well,
CL, absolutely. Donald Brashear was awesome when he played. He's another real tough guy that played a long time in the league. Yeah, hockey fan, it's pretty funny. Your logo there is pretty funny, yeah.
CL, one of my favorite, Donald Bashir. Yeah, he was a gooder. Uh, Bashir and Larocque went at it a couple of times. That was some nice beefy fights. Georges Larocque and Donald Bashir.
Oh yeah.
And what's Gino Ojic talking about Vancouver fighters? There's another one that used to be here.
Gino Ojic was great. That guy had a couple screws loose. He
Oh,
was
yeah.
nuts. He was nuts. But
The funny thing was, he off the ice, he was like nothing like that
yeah.
at all.
But on the ice, he was absolutely wild. Absolutely wild.
Oh, that's true.
Gino Ojic's a throwback.
McSorley did the old two-hander over Bashir's head there. Yeah.
Oh, Buchnevich definitely got a penalty there for slashing. And then Chara came over and cross-checked him after. Buchnevich, like, I mean, he has no chance at fighting Wilson. He literally just slashed Wilson right on the hands. Went right after him, but obviously he has no shot in actually fighting Wilson and winning that fight.
Yeah, so this is where Wilson can start settling. Like this, listen to him right now. Like, come on, buddy. What do you think you're doing? See, this is what I said. This is where Wilson can start going to the bench and saying, okay, you guys had your little fun fighting each other. Who's coming? Who's next?
Yeah.
And nobody's going to touch him. Nobody's going to touch him now.
No, there's no one left in that lineup to... I mean, Brendan Smith fought Wilson right early in the game, first shift, and that's all the Rangers got as far as someone who's going to be able to take that fight.
Brendan Smith's done for the night. He's not going to hardly be able to play after that. That was one. He earned his paycheck just in that one scrap, man.
Yeah. Hey, Sharaf, what is going on? Welcome. Thank you. Capitals are on the power play here. Mate, I mean, I thought it was a pretty scummy move of Wilson to throw Panarin down like that, and they're paying, he's paying for it tonight in a sense where, we've had 6 fights in the game already, so, yeah, Wilson and Rooney both got 10s.
Somebody's laying on the ice now. What happened?
Let's see, replay here.
Stan
Jonathan was a legend, Thomas.
Absolutely.
Stan Jonathan was not very big either. Keandre Miller and Anthony Mantha got tied up their legs, and that was a very bad fall there. Very bad fall there for Keandre Miller. Hopefully he's okay. Cross-ice pass here. Capitals trying to go backdoor. Georgiev keeps it out. Still a minute 20 of power play time left.
I'm surprised Miller skated away from that. Holy crap.
Yeah, Van City. Yeah, Ojic was a fan favorite for sure. He's a legendary enforcer. Long shot there. That one goes wide. Stan Jonathan going back to the 70s Bruins teams. For not a big guy either. What a scrapper he was. So that one got sent all the way down there. Good job on the PK by the Rangers here. Under 3 now to go in the first period. Still nothing. 35 seconds left on the power play here for the Capitals as they get it back into the offensive zone.
This is still only the first period.
Yeah, it feels like this first period. It's been a long period because of all the stoppages.
Yeah.
JC Hockey, what's going on? Welcome. Thank you for being here. Really, really appreciate everybody in the chat. Montreal tied it. Thank you, guys. At intermission, I'm going to update all the scores on the ticker.
Did they tie it? That sucks. And the Dallas tied it, too.
Yeah, Dallas tied it. Ottawa game is now 1-1. Out of the box comes Buchnevich. And when the power play is over, we're back to even strength again here. Capitals were unsuccessful again on that power play. And we have 5-on-5. Backdoor chance there. Backhand, and that one just goes wide. And now we get a stoppage and a whistle here. And we're still 0-0 with 1:47 remaining in the first. Keandre Miller obviously is okay, right back out on the ice. That is great to see after a very, very awkward collision there with Anthony Mantha.
Yeah.
Really good to see him back out there.
I'm surprised I'm really surprised he didn't get hurt out of that. That was real bad looking. Did he get a penalty there? Oh, no.
Hang on. There was another game going to intermission. I think it was Nashville and Columbus. It's now going to the intermission. So, hey, Aaron, what's going on, man? Welcome to the stream. Thank you for being here. Oh, no, Buchnevich right back to the box here. So right back to the
I saw something.
High stick, right back to the power play here for the Capitals. And a third opportunity to score in this period.
They got to start potting some of these.
So that one gets sent down there. Minute and a half remaining in the first now. Capitals go back to their own zone to regroup. If I could had to be an NHL player, who would I be and why? Wayne Simmons. I think just love his style of play. I would thoroughly enjoy playing his style of play. I wish I had the size of Wayne Simmons when I played, because I probably could have been more physical than I was. But yeah, no, definitely Wayne Simmons if I could be an NHL player. His career has been awesome to watch.
Is somebody in the league now? It would be Brady Tkachuk. I would love to be Brady Tkachuk.
Oh, yeah. There's another guy I absolutely love.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Taking now 40 seconds left in the first period here. 0-0 game still. Capitals on the power play. Little bit of time will carry over into the next period if they don't score. That pass in front ends up in the corner. Doesn't quite connect. Down low here. Caps still set up with 20 seconds to go. Looking for a lead in this game. Nice save there by Georgiev on the blast from the point. We'll have an offensive zone draw here for Washington with 18 seconds remaining in the first. Orlov with a nice shot there, but there wasn't anyone right in front of Georgiev, and he saw it the whole way. So, not too hard to make a stop when you see the puck the whole way. All right, 31 seconds of power play time. A few seconds will carry over into the second period if the Capitals do not score here with only 14 seconds left in the first. That puck gets moved into the middle. Taken here, Trevor Van Riemsdyk trying to get it in his raffle. No goal! They said it was played with a high stick, and we have no goal on the play. The referee immediately washes it out, and that puck is going to come out of the zone for a face-off. Says the puck was played with a high stick by Michael Raffle, and he whistles the play dead, and if he did touch that, it's tough to tell on the replay from that angle. If he did touch that puck on the first swing, then that was 100% the correct call. It's tough to tell on the replay if he actually got it. Did he actually hit
I don't think he did.
It's tough to tell if he actually...
He did it. He never touched it.
If the first swing was definitely above the shoulder, but I can't tell if he hit the puck actually or not. It's tough to tell on the replay. I don't think...
Oh, but if you look at his reaction, he did.
Yeah, he reacted almost like he did. And that's going to do it. The face-off win goes all the way back down. That was not a goal because of the high stick, and that is the end of the first period. I don't know. That replay, there was nothing in that replay that made it seem obvious that he did, but I don't know. That's a tough one. The call on the ice was no goal. I don't think you had conclusive evidence either way. I don't think that they were ever going to change the call on the ice. Like, whatever the call on the ice was, they were going to have to stick with.
I think you could have slow-moed that to see if they actually touched it, but I don't know. That's really weird. But then again, it's still a high sticking anyways, because you're not supposed to have your stick that high anyways. I guess in a sense, because he probably touched the goaltender, but I'd have to see it over and over again. I'm surprised there wasn't more of a look at that.
Yeah, the Capitals definitely didn't push it though.
No.
As far as like looking for that or asking for that to be looked at or anything. So I don't know. No goal on the play. A little bit of power play time will carry over into the second period. Only probably 13 or so seconds, something like that. But anyway, guys, thank you all so much for being here. Really, really appreciate it. What a first period that was. That was absolutely phenomenal to watch. We didn't even have a goal, but there was just so much going on. Really exciting first period. 6 fights, old-time hockey. Reminds me of the game that I watched growing up, and I really enjoyed that. So, that was
that's why we fell in love with hockey.
Yeah, games like this is why I started loving hockey in the first place. Absolutely. Yeah. And they used to be a lot more common back in the 2000s and stuff when I was, a kid watching the sport and getting into the sport. Games like this was what made me love hockey. And we just had a throwback first period. It was a lot of fun. I like Chris Drury a lot as well, Jeremy. So I think he'll probably do a very good job as the Rangers general manager. Thank you for watching. Appreciate it. Matthew, welcome. Thank you for being here. Montreal and Ottawa's first is over. Thank you.
Yeah, Gordon will land on his feet, though. He's built that Ranger team up really well. I think it's ridiculous that he got fired.
Yeah, I don't know what was going on there.
He'll land on his feet somewhere. I think it's stupid. I don't even agree with what they did, writing the league like and doing what they did. Like, I don't agree with them in what they were saying, but I don't think people should get fired because they have a dislike for a safety guy or something. It's just stupid.
Yeah, it's definitely a weird situation. Was not expecting that news this afternoon. Yeah, this hasn't quite reached Wings and Avalanche level, Toria, but
they would have to get more guys in.
Yeah, the lineups would have to get a lot tougher to reach that level. But man, as far as the modern NHL goes, I don't think you're going to get much better than this, and with the league the way it is today. Absolutely sweep the leg. I agree with you 100%. It was way more emotional, way more aggressive back then. But welcome everybody into the stream. Thank you all so much for being here. Really, really appreciate all of you guys in the chat. No, Brian, we're not doing that every time. Like, just because someone else is streaming doesn't mean we're rating them every time. But we've had a heck of a first period here, and we've got 2 more to go. It's still 0-0. Capitals do have a little bit of power play time left, carrying over into the second period. But man, I'm here with Perlo tonight. Thank you guys all so much for watching. Please hit that thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't yet. And Perlo's channel is linked in the description of the video, so please check him out as well. We'd love to see him get closer to 1,000 subscribers. And I'm having a lot of fun tonight. I hope you guys are too. I'm having a lot of fun enjoying this hockey game. 6 fights in the first period.
Avatar's in the
Avatar,
house.
What is going on? Welcome.
Tom Wilson took a break in the penalty box to get on with us, to get on the chat. That's pretty cool. Well done. Joey Serrano. We were just talking about Joey Serrano today. He's everywhere we are. I love that guy. Love that guy.
Oh yeah. I'm not rooting for anybody, Chase. I'm just hoping for an exciting game, and we've certainly got it. We've certainly got it, Chase.
I'm rooting for the over, so I need a little more goal action going on in the second and third here. Um, But you see, they're doing the in between now, of course, the intermission, and all the guys have a big smile on their face.
Oh yeah.
Joan, that are talking during the intermission because this is what hockey's all about. This is what it's all about. We need more of this.
Oh,
We need
absolutely.
more of
This reminds me of the game that I grew up in, grew up watching.
this. This is why I'm a Philadelphia Flyers fan. Back in the day, there was nobody who did it better. Wow. I like Youngblood. Yeah.
Yo, there's
Yeah,
another classic.
we got to be getting. Yeah, we'll see in the off season what happens with the Rangers. I'm sure they're going to be bringing in some guys for that sort of activity. I would have to imagine after this. Um, the one that gets me is Davidson too. Davidson is well respected all through the league. The firing of Davidson by the Rangers, or uh, I mean, he's very well respected in the league. I'm really surprised by that. I think maybe what happened is they decided to fire Gorton for that, and then said Davidson, who's pretty much he's getting older now, said if he's going, I'm going to.
Yeah, possibly. All right, guys, we're at intermission here. I'm gonna crack the first beer of the night, probably the only beer of the night, but this was fun. So everybody, cheers in the chat. Thank you all so much for being here, each and every one of you. We still got 2 more periods to go, but I don't think anything's going to top that first. But really appreciate everybody watching. Thank you guys all so much. And cheers to each and every one of you in the chat. What a great night of hockey. Rangers, Capitals, let's go. We got 6 fights already.
Yeah.
Yes, Brian. Flyers and Canadians. I believe it was 1987 when they brawled in warm-ups. Was that 1987 when that happened?
Could have been. That would have been the year after Montreal won the Cup with Patrick Waugh as a rookie. So, yeah, it would make sense.
I'm going to look it up quick here. Flyers, Canadians, warm-up brawl. I think it was 87. Yep, May 14th, 1987. The Philadelphia Flyers and Montreal Canadiens brawled in warm-ups before the game even started. That is legendary.
Yeah, 87. That would have been. That would have been our.
It was May 14th, 1987. That was a playoff series.
Yeah, that was a year after Montreal won the playoffs with Patrick Waugh as a goaltender. So that would have been Philadelphia. I don't know. Who knows I can't remember what was going on at that time, but Philadelphia liked to do that stuff if they felt they were kind of outskilled a little bit. They like to get it going early physically to tire the team down and get the emotion going, right? To set the tone. So that makes sense. I could just imagine what some of those players were saying to get the Montreal players hyped up enough to go scrap. So
yep. Of course, yeah. Jack brings up a good point. It was Claude Lemieux and Shane Corson that started that brawl.
There you go. Yeah, Claude Lemieux could certainly start something like that. All right, and Shane Corson too. Yeah, they were both pretty mouthy. Claude Lemieux, I mean, nobody liked the playoffs more than Claude Lemieux, man. He actually once said, "Yeah, tell me when the playoffs start."
Absolutely. Captivating. What's going on? Welcome. Lemieux was a I couldn't stand him. Like going back
Oh,
and watching this stuff, I couldn't stand him. But that was also exactly what he wanted. And he was
yeah.
brilliant at making getting under the opponent's team's skin and making them hate
Oh,
him.
yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, he was definitely that. I even think he was one of those players that rubbed his own teammates the wrong way. Like when he said that, call me when the playoffs start, he wasn't doing very well. He wasn't scoring, and they asked
Mm-hmm.
him a question. He was like, call me when the playoffs start. Even the coach was mad at him for saying that, right? Like,
Yeah.
but
Christina, that is my favorite brawl in NHL history. Montreal Canadiens, Quebec Nordiques, Good Friday Massacre, 1984, I think it was. Obviously before I was born. But 1984, bench clearing, multiple, well, not only to end the first period, but to start the second as well. Chris Nyland, Dale Hunter, one of the Hunters was in it. Dale Hunter might have been on Quebec at that time. I have to go back and rewatch that, but that's my favorite brawl of all time. Columbus makes it 1-1. That's a big goal for the Blue Jackets and a bad goal for the Nashville Predators, who are trying to clinch a playoff spot tonight.
I need the Preds to win that one.
Oh, Vaughn's here. What is up, Vaughn? Welcome. Thank you for being here. Really, really appreciate it, man. All right. Now we're looking up great brawls here. Legendary brawls. Canadians versus Nordiques. 1984. The Good Friday Massacre. It was a playoff game. It was a second round playoff game in 1984, April 20th. It resulted in 11 ejections and 252 penalty minutes.
What year was that?
1984 in the playoffs.
John Kordick was probably part of that.
Kordick must have been, yeah. There was a really nasty sucker punch.
Oh yeah, now I remember.
Who was it? Dale Hunter was on the Quebec Nordiques at the time. Mark Hunter was on the Montreal Canadiens.
Yeah.
Mike McPhee was heavily involved. Actually, Peter Stastny was heavily involved. It was Louis Slager. Louis Slager suckered one of the Canadiens players and straight up knocked him out cold on the ice. Yeah, and that's what led to it starting up again at the beginning of the second period. The names involved in this are, guys that got kicked out of this game. Dale Hunter, Mark Hunter, Mike McPhee, Mario Tremblay, Richard Savigny, Louis Slager, Clint Malarchuk, the goaltender for the Quebec Nordiques, was given a fighting major and a game misconduct. Randy Moeller, Chris Nyland got a fighting major. He got 2 fighting majors, a misconduct, and a game misconduct. So that's 30 penalty minutes for Chris Nyland in about 5 minutes. That's one of my all-time that's my all-time favorite brawl. Absolutely. Yeah, I remember
that now. Chris Nyland, I can't remember who he was fighting, but they broke up the fight, and then he immediately left the referee and went and jumped on someone else right after that.
Yeah.
That's why he got 2 fighting majors. Imagine how many penalty minutes he would get for that today. He would get he would have got, if he left the referee and jumped another player, he would have been out for games.
That'd be at least a 10-game suspension now.
I would probably. I don't know. I couldn't even imagine somebody doing that
or
now.
It would be a $5,000 fine. It'd be one or the other. It'd either be a $5,000 fine or it would be a 10-game sussy.
I never got to talk to you about. I didn't think Wilson through all of this did all that bad stuff. Like he hit the guy when he was down. He didn't hit Buknevich that hard. I got hit harder by my friend when I was a kid. Like I don't
I
think I
I
don't know.
think the dirtiest thing about it was the throwing Panarin down without a
I
helmet
sup-
on.
yeah, I suppose, but I mean, Panarin jumped on his back. I mean, what do you? You're gonna turn around and toast the guy. You're gonna ragdoll. I guess I'm too old school. Yeah, I can't. I have a hard time wrapping my head around.
I
Like back in the day, if you jumped on a guy's back and you got ragdolled, everybody would be like, "Yeah, well, yeah."
would yeah. Well, I think that like Wilson would have been better off just like throwing a gloved punch. Honestly, people would have been less
Yes.
upset if he just threw a punch. Cause that's like
Yeah.
expected. If you're in a scrum and you grab somebody, like if they throw a punch at you, that's expected. But I
Yeah.
think it was that Wilson like grabbing Panarin like by the head and like throwing him down to the ice is what got people
Throwing him
most
around.
upset. He would
Yeah.
have literally been better off just punching him because that's like 100% expected in that situation.
Yeah,
Where
I
I
think Wilson will say though that like if I punch him, I could knock him right out. Like, you know what I mean? So, but then he could have tempered his punch too. There's lots of things I suppose he could do, I guess. But you know, like I said, back in the day, they would have had a McSorley there. Panarin wouldn't be jumping on Wilson's back. You know, there Wilson would have been hurting for a couple days after that game.
yeah. No, and
Eh,
you didn't need the star players to jump in situations like that. Like
Exactly.
how many scrums did Gretzky get in? Not very many because the Oilers had
No,
guys to take care of that.
exactly. And not only that, the next game they play or the rest of that game, the referees would understand what Wilson did.
Oh yeah,
And
there'd be
if he took 6 inches in the of lumber in the ribs in the corner, the referee's like, okay, well, you know, they don't, you know, they're just not going to call stuff
and back
until
then
he
there was
gets
only
his.
one referee, so it was easy to just look the other way and say I didn't see it.
Exactly. If you do stupid stuff like that, the referee's going to turn their head and let you have to take your punishment. And that's the problem nowadays is they're trying to solve the problem by penalty the crapping out of everything, and it just doesn't work. And this is a reason why it doesn't work. It's showing the reason why it doesn't work.
Will I don't think Wilson would be playing in this game if this was the 1980s, and it wouldn't be because of a suspension. It would be because he would have been injured for this game after
Maybe.
what would have happened to
Yeah.
him if he had done that to a star player in 1985, let's
Oh,
say.
that would have been a brawl. If he ragdolled Panarin like that in back then, yeah, it would have been a brawl for
Wilson
sure.
wouldn't be playing tonight because he would be injured. Like
Probably.
Semenko or McSorley or any of the Probert, any of the old school guys would have absolutely ruined him.
Yeah. Now Panarin never would have jumped on his back either.
No.
So that would have never happened back then. There's no way. And what Wilson did, if you punched Buknevich down there in the bottom like that back then, yeah, he would have been one hurting dude. He may
Yeah.
not have been injured, but he would not have been the same. For sure. So yeah, it's a different game now, man. Different game.
Yeah, I don't think Wilson would have survived in the 80s very well. I didn't even realize intermission's over. We're already back
Yeah.
for the start of the second here. And the Capitals score right off of the opening rush here. And it's TJ Oshie.
Yeah.
Is there a better story
TJ.
than that? It's TJ Oshie a couple days or a day after his father passes away.
Yeah. Nice. He's been playing out. Something that's kind of got lost here is
Yeah, that
Oshie's
is
been
something
playing
that
a good
hasn't
all
been
year.
talked about at all, has been the TJ Oshie story and his father passing away. And TJ Oshie on the power play here puts the Capitals up 1-0.
Nice shot. Off the post.
And that was a great shot there from Oshie, and what a
Oh,
feel-good
sorry.
goal that is. An absolutely
Between the
big
legs.
fridge. That is for his father without a doubt.
That's cool. Right on.
I mean, of all the times to score a goal, that is huge for TJ Oshie. And that does give the Capitals a 1-0 lead here. We are back to 5-on-5 hockey. They are back in the offensive end. Puck down in the corner. Oshie pass back to the point. Long shot there. Georgiev makes the save, blockers it to the corner, and Rangers are able to clear it out. It's going to be icing against the Rangers, though. They'll come back down to their end for an attacking zone draw for the Capitals. Oh, I love TJ Oshie. He's my favorite Capital. TJ Oshie's my favorite Capital.
Really?
Yes.
I didn't know that. Cool.
Yep.
I like TJ Oshie too. No reason not to. I don't know who I like Obi a lot, but I mean, I don't know who mine. I think it'd still be Obi.
Yeah. Down behind the net now. Backstrom with a pass back out. Jensen at the point sends it back to the corner. Mantha behind the net. Trying to knock a Ranger off the puck. He sends it up to Michael Raffl now. Raffl down low to Mantha. Ends up back to Raffl on the sideboards. Puck's bouncing around a little bit here. Caps trying to get the cycle game going. About a minute and a half into the second period. Washington with a 1-0 lead here from TJ Oshie. Only goal of the game so far. Long shot there. Georgiev with the save. Ego, what's going on? Mike, welcome to the stream. I'm sorry if I haven't got to say hi to you by name, guys. We got a lot of people in the chat tonight. Obviously, it's been a very eventful game. So I'm trying to say hi to everybody. Shane, what is going on? Welcome into the offensive zone here. Mantha with a shot. Blocker save there by Georgiev. Back to the point, kept in by the Capitals. 2 minutes into the second here. Ottawa scores.
Yeah, Sens just scored.
All right, I will update that at a whistle, guys, as that goes in. Rangers back into the attacking zone now, trying to keep it there. They're able to at the blue line for now, around Nick Dowd. Good shot there, deflected, and oh, just over the bar. Great deflection there for the Rangers. Joseph, what's going on? Welcome.
Actually, what am I talking about? My favorite Capital is Wilson. I love Wilson.
That gets moved up through the neutral zone here. Taken now by the Rangers. They're going to come back through the neutral zone. Into the offensive end. Looking to tie the game up. Lafreniere takes a hit in the corner. Capitals are all over him. Who's that? Daniel Carr's in the lineup?
Yep. Yeah.
Ooh, Tom Wilson. Upper body injury. Will not return tonight.
Oh, wow.
Rangers got their revenge, I guess, unless that's just a cover for not playing Wilson the rest of the game.
I think they're just doing that to make this hockey now, to get the fight. I think that's all that is. They just want this to be about hockey for the rest of the game. Because Capitals need to win this game. So.
Capitals do need to win this game. That just came up at the top of the screen. Upper body injury. Tom Wilson will not return. Red Rubber, Cheyenne, what's going on? Welcome. William, welcome to the stream. Thank you for being here. Appreciate it. Capitals back into the offensive zone here.
I don't think he's actually injured.
I don't know. I just read it at the top of the screen. The Capitals might just not want Wilson to play the rest of this game and just get this over with. Because the Rangers, they're done. Like, their season's over. They've got a couple games left, and that's it. The Capitals have to think beyond just tonight because they have the playoffs to worry about. So that could just be a cover. That jumped right into my head. But if he's actually injured, then I guess the Rangers did their job.
We'll see if he plays next game because they need him for scoring and everything else in the long run. So we'll see. But I have a feeling that he'll be back on the lineup next time.
Yeah, or it will be one of those day-to-day injuries, and he'll be back like in 2 or 3 days. Well, we got a penalty call coming up here. Ref just put their arm up, and it's going to get whistled down. Oh, we got somebody getting jumped here. Mantha. Anthony Mantha and Pavel Buchnevich, and the refs are sending them both off. They're just going to get kicked at this point. They're just going to start throwing guys out. Mantha and Buchnevich. Mantha dropped the gloves. Buchnevich did not. And now Brendan Smith is getting back involved in things. Char is involved with things. The nastiness is not over as it's continuing here in the second. Mantha, who, again, new to the Capitals, getting himself involved. Let's go. Brendan Smith back out there. He's the one that fought Wilson earlier in the game. So Mantha was going after Buchnevich all shift. All shift he was going after Buchnevich. Buchnevich finally comes back at him, knocks him down. Mantha gets up and drops the gloves, and the linesmen immediately get in between them.
My thinking then is maybe, because remember when, Buchnevich has got to get extra for that. Show that again. It looks like he almost cross-checked him in the head or something.
This is getting nasty. This is how rivalries are built right here. This is how you get bad blood between teams that last for years.
And maybe, I mean, remember Buchnevich did slash Wilson, but it didn't look like it was that much of a slash. But now you got, was Buchnevich going after Mantha or vice versa?
Mantha was originally going after Buchnevich.
So maybe something to do with the slash hurt Wilson, but.
Yeah, maybe. Wow, they just gave Buchnevich 5 minutes there for cross-checking.
And a game. Yeah,
and
it looked like he
Mantha gets
right
unsportsmanlike conduct. Mantha gets unsportsmanlike conduct. Buchnevich threw a big hit. This was going on all shift because it was happening down at the other end of the ice too. Then Buchnevich threw a big hit on Mantha. Mantha came back and slashed him. And then they really came together. Oh, Buchnevich, absolutely. I hadn't seen this angle yet. Buchnevich cross-checked him right in the face.
Yeah, that's what
that's well worth the 5 minutes there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He's
cross-checked him right in the face.
Now, that is way worse than what Wilson did. Way worse.
Yeah, anything with the stick is...
Into the head like that, he's going to get at least a game for that. For sure.
Throw punches, not sticks.
Exactly. Drop them. Okay, fine, but...
We got 4-on-4 hockey here. What did Mantha get then to even this up?
They evened it up?
It's 4-on-4.
That's crazy. Okay, well, I don't know.
I want to read the penalty sheet on this here. What?
How do you get? Oh, cool! Jagger just gave you a dono there. Dono.
Yeah,
hype!
Brian with the 5. Dono hype in the chat for Brian. Thank you so much for that. Really, really appreciate the dono. Make sure you guys get that hype. NHL app's slow updating. What exactly did they get here?
I don't know. How do you get no extra when a guy cross-checks you in the face?
The NHL app just has cross-checking and unsportsmanlike conduct as the penalties, but they don't have the misconduct in and everything.
He only got 2 minutes for, I don't understand. I don't understand how that's 4-on-4. That doesn't make any sense whatsoever.
Well, it's 4-on-4 for another minute and 2 seconds here. Capitals are in the offensive zone. Van Riemsdyk tried to throw that in off the back of Georgiev from behind the net, and Georgiev's able to hold the post. Senators have taken a 2-1 lead. That's right. I got to remember that. Sens are up 2-1. I'm forgetting to update the ticker so much because there's so much going on here. Taking now 50 seconds left in the 4-on-4 here. Into the offensive zone. Cross-ice pass there. Is number 6 Zach Jones for the Rangers?
Oh, I have no idea.
It's got to be. Because I'm trying to think of, because the Rangers have not had a number 6 all season. So I'm trying to think of guys that came
Jones.
in. Yeah, that's Zach Jones. I thought so. Coming in from UMass after winning the national championship.
Yeah, he's played pretty well too.
Yeah, he has played well as the Capitals bring that back into the offensive zone. 20 seconds left in the 4-on-4. Yeah, I'm surprised Chara hasn't physically really been involved in this game yet.
I'm interested to see what this injury is.
Yeah, Wilson out for the rest of the game with an upper body injury. All right. Oh, now it's a power play. Okay, so the 4-on-4 was because Mantha got the 2 minutes for unsportsmanlike conduct.
So
Now the
now it's going to be
Capitals have 3 minutes in power play time.
there. Okay, that's what it should. I should hope so. Guy just cross-checked you in the face.
So Washington gets 3 minutes in power play time here. All right, so that does make sense. That 100% makes sense. Because you would have Mantha's penalty would still count for the 2 minutes, and then you would get the power play for the Rangers, or
Yeah.
for the Capitals. Out of the zone now, taken here by Washington. They're trying to bring it into the offensive end and extend the lead. Rangers trying to kill this off. They've still got 2:25 left of the Capitals power play. Caps with the 1-0 lead on a second period goal by TJ Oshie, the only scoring in the game so far. Welcome into the chat, everybody. Thank you guys all for being here. Much appreciated. What an eventful night we have had tonight. This is so much fun. What an eventful night. And that's going to be offsides against the Rangers as they bring that in shorthanded over the line here. 2:05 left in the power play for the Capitals and a neutral zone faceoff coming up tonight.
Yeah, these two teams might be too tired to score too much now tonight.
Yeah.
After all this emotion and crap. I should have thought about that. Yeah. The Ducks and Blues and the Wild and Golden Knights are in the first now. 0-0.
Yeah, might have to get another one at the next intermission, Brian. You're right. Might have to grab number 2 for sure. This has been a fun one as the Capitals bring it into the offensive end here. We got a awkward collision there between a couple of guys, one for each team, but they look like they both get back up and are good to go. 12 minutes left in the second. Van Riemsdyk with it. Back here, long shot. That one goes wide. Trying to get it short side. Georgiev holds the post and covers it up. 11:54 left in the period. 1:33 left on the power play for the Capitals. And we are going to have an offensive zone face-off for Washington here.
Yeah, it's time for Washington to get her going here. You don't 1-0.
Ovi's not
the
playing,
shot?
Brian. Ovi's injured. So that's
What's
why
the
you haven't
shots
heard.
right now?
That's why you haven't heard Ovechkin's name. He's not playing tonight. He's re-aggravated an injury. Back here now. Cap setting up in the offensive end. Long shot there. That one gets blocked down. Rebound. Oshie scores again! TJ Oshie puts in the rebound, and it's 2-0 Capitals. Another power play goal, and the second goal of the night for TJ Oshie. What a return for him after the passing of his father.
That's amazing.
That is absolutely incredible to see. Oshie again on the power play. Rebound goal. Puts it in the back of the net. And 2 goals tonight for TJ Oshie. What a story that is. And that is being overshadowed by everything else going on between these two teams. What a night for TJ Oshie.
Yeah, I don't even think it's overshadowed now. It's so cool. I think it's like it's good. He's got to get a Hattie now.
Oh yeah, he
gotta
definitely
get
needs a Hattie.
now. A natural Hattie. Oh, that'd be freaking awesome.
That would
for
be
his old
incredible
man.
to see. If Oshie gets a Hattie tonight, I'm gonna be real happy and real.
Yeah.
That will be
would
such
be
a feel good moment for sure.
After all the turmoil and everything, what a great like they'll go. What a great so many storylines in this game, man.
And yeah, and
It's
I forgot the
amazing.
power play's still on because it was a major penalty to Buchnevich. So they can score as many times as they want on the power play without it coming off the board. So they still got 30 seconds of power play time here. Capitals are right back into the offensive zone. And the Rangers are able to clear that one out and send it all the way down. Down to 10:40 left in the second period here. Yeah, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I do not like this scoreboard. Also, why is NBCSN getting a new scoreboard when they're literally covering hockey for another couple months and that's it? Like, they're literally not even covering hockey anymore. Why get a new scoreboard?
Yeah, I don't know.
And the scoreboard sucks. You can barely see it.
The only thing I can imagine is they had this. Somebody had paid to do this already, and when they lost the contract, they were like, "Well, you got to use ours for the rest of the year,"
Yeah, that
or
could
something,
be.
something
I
like
don't know.
that.
Yeah, you're lucky, sweep the leg. This new scoreboard is not good. You can't even see the power play time. We are back to full strength now, though. The power play is over. I can see that because the yellow went off the board. But here we go now
Yeah,
into the offensive zone. Dumped in here by the Rangers. They are down by a couple. They could really use a goal in this period to cut it back to one as we are halfway through this game and halfway through the second period. Taken now by Brendan Smith. Up now into the offensive zone. Shot here by DiGiuseppe goes high over the bar. Rangers get it back at neutral ice.
lightning up 2-1.
Lightning up 2-1. So I'll update that at a whistle, guys. Jaden, thank you for watching. Appreciate you stopping in. Very much appreciated as this gets taken now. Capitals dump that back through the neutral zone. Bringing it now into the Rangers' end. Around the D, lost to the corner there. Back to the point now. Chara, D to Van Riemsdyk. Now down deep to Hagelin. Hagelin send it behind the net. Hathaway. Hathaway loses it to a Ranger, though, and the Rangers are able to clear it out. Right back to the neutral zone. Ooh, collision there. Hathaway gets knocked down. It looks like Dowd got knocked down as well. Andre Miller took out both of them there. And the Rangers are going to get possession back in their own zone under 9 minutes to go here in the second period. No, Brian. After this year's playoffs, that will be it for NBC and hockey. It will be ESPN and TNT next year. Split between those two. Preds take a 2-1 lead. That's a big goal for them.
Sweet.
So I got a couple scores to update here when we get a whistle. Kevin Rooney shoots that one off the skate of Dmitry Orlov. It goes off the glass.
Blues up 1-0.
Blues up 1-0. They could clinch tonight as well, potentially, as that one gets stopped here. That one gets back to the point now. John Carlson's long shot gets blocked. Taken now by the Rangers as they bring it out of the zone. Moved over to the red line and into the offensive end. Mantha finishes his check not real hard, and the Rangers are actually able to keep it in the zone. At the blue line here, Caps will try again to get it out. So that one goes in deep. Behind the net here, Vanacek plays it.
Oh, the Bolts could have scored 7 already. Really?
Right back into the offensive end here.
The Rangers look tapped. They look pretty tired.
Taken now. Behind the net, 7.5 to go in the period. Because the other networks offered more money, Brian. The NHL is going to take the biggest TV contract that they can get.
Well, not only that, they offered an unbelievable amount of money.
Yeah, ESPN is paying a ton for their half of the NHL package.
Yeah,
As we're
going to see a cap increase.
All right, we're going to head to a commercial break here. Second period action. Capitals with a 2-0 lead after a couple goals by TJ Oshie. I have a bunch to update on the ticker here. Tampa Bay has gone up 2-1. Nashville has gone up 2-1. St. Louis has gone up 1-0. No, we're still at six fights, Bart.
Oh, shoot. The Blue Jackets scored us 2-2.
Oh, Columbus just tied it. And it's 2-2 now. Wow, Columbus not going away easy there. But anyway, guys, we are at commercial break. Thank you all so much for being here. Really, really appreciate it. I cover the entire NHL, so no matter what team you're a fan of, you are welcome and wanted here. It would really mean a lot if you hit that thumbs up button and subscribe if you are new. Joined by Perlo tonight. So if you want to check his channel out, he does a hockey show from 3 to 5 Eastern every single weekday from Monday through Friday. And his channel is linked in the description of the video. If we'd love to see you subscribe to him and get him closer to 1,000 subscribers. So I really appreciate you guys all watching tonight. What a night it has been. Crazy action all over the place. Fights, now a couple goals. TJ Oshie scoring after obviously the passing of his father. It's a tremendous story to see him scoring. Yes, I got Blues 1-0, Brian. Bolts take a 3-1 lead.
Nice.
So the Lightning are trying to end the Dallas Stars.
Yeah, that's what I thought about that one. I thought that this Lightning have been getting into playoff mode. And this was a really good time to have the Dallas Stars remember that we were the ones that stopped you from going into playoffs.
Yeah.
That's a big one there. But the Rangers are looking pretty tapped out. They look pretty tired now. This has been an emotional game for them, and I think Washington's going to have this one.
Yeah, they got the 2-goal lead here, second period. We're past the halfway point of the second period, so we're more than halfway through the game. Caps, I mean, obviously still have a lot to play for as far as the standings in the East go and seeding. Also, they have the playoffs to worry about. You don't want to be dealing with a bunch of injuries heading into the playoffs. Rangers, obviously it's not... The Rangers season is over after the next couple of games here. They're not going to the playoffs, but they were definitely playing tonight to stand up for themselves and prove that they were not going to be pushed around or that they were not going to be abused physically. And, obviously we've had 6 fights, so they've answered the bell. They've answered the bell and done what they've had to do despite not having the toughest lineup in the league or definitely not the Capitals' level of toughness. They've done well in standing up for themselves here, so credit to them for that. This has been exactly what I was hoping for.
Yeah, I'm glad I was wrong.
Yeah, no, this has been awesome. This is exactly what I was hoping for.
What's
super fun first period. Some goals coming here in the second, and Oshie scoring them have been fantastic. See you later, Sweep. Thank you so much for watching. Really, really appreciate it. What's going on, Blue Boy Halo? Welcome to the stream. Thank you for being here. This game has been everything I could have wanted. I mean, nothing better than an opening face-off fight. And then when you get an opening face-off 3 fights and a line brawl off the draw, that's as good as it's gonna get. And reminds me very much of the Devils and Rangers back in 2012, which was also one of my favorite line brawls that I've seen. So, fantastic night tonight, and I mean, the game could end right now, and I'm satisfied, but we still got 5:19 left in the second period. We've got a whole third period coming up. We'll see if the Capitals can hold on for the win here. But I am thoroughly enjoying the action tonight. This is the hockey that made me fall in love with the sport growing up through the 2000s when this was a much more regular thing. Used to have games like this quite a bit. And teams actually hated each other like they should. There was real emotion and real hatred and real animosity between teams. And the league has been wussified so much over the past 10 years that it's really nice to see this come back.
Yeah, the great thing about hockey then was teams hated each other on the ice.
Mm-hmm.
But off the ice is a completely different thing altogether. But when you get on the ice, you hated each other. You literally hated each other. You could have a beer with the guy afterwards after beating the crap out of him. but on the ice, yeah, there was a hate. When I played,
Oh
I
yeah.
I hated the other team. I
I
freaking
remember
couldn't stand.
I watched an interview with Tony Twist, who obviously was a real one of the toughest guys of the early '90s in the NHL. He played for the St. Louis Blues, and Tony Twist said he talked about like he would go out with guys that he fought after the game and get pizza and beer with them, and
Oh yeah,
they'd be friends off the ice,
oh
and
yeah,
then when during the game they'd absolutely throw down every time and they'd be trying to kill each other, and then after
oh
the
yeah,
game they'd go and get beers and pizza after the game, and there was nothing like old time hockey. It was just the
yeah.
greatest thing. I wish I was around for the 80s, because that would have been, I think, my favorite era of hockey. Would have been like the late 70s through the early 90s would have been my favorite era of hockey. And
Yeah, yeah, no, that is so true. Yeah, it was just it was a different thing. That was a great part of the game. That's why you have the handshake after the playoffs,
yep,
like in games and stuff like that. I mean, there would be brawls like we were just talking about,
Caps just
and
scored again.
at the end of the series, I guess we should be watching that. They would at the end of the series they would shake hands.
Yep.
Killer. They got another one. Who scored
Nick
this time?
Dowd with the deflection in front there. It's 3-0 Capitals.
I got in on this at 5.5, over 5.5 last night before the line went up to 6. So it's good.
Yeah, that is good. Whoops. 3-0 Caps here on a deflection goal from Nick Dowd in the high slot there. Gets a stick on it.
Not much Gorgiev could do about
No,
that one.
not much Georgiev can do there as that one gets deflected by him. And the Capitals now have a 3-0 lead here with 5:12 left in the second period.
Carson is incredible at laying those shots up for guys to deflect them, though.
Yeah.
He's one of the best ever I've ever seen do that.
He does it. He's very accurate with it, and he keeps it low every time.
It's almost like a basketball alley-oop the way he does it. It's incredible.
Yeah, I agree. He's so good at it, at putting it somewhere where they can get a stick on it.
Yeah.
And it results in a lot of goals. Justin, what is going on? Wilson fought Brendan Smith early in the game. There's been 6 fights in total, including 3 off of the opening face-off. It was absolutely glorious. And Wilson is now out for the rest of the game with an upper body injury. I'm not exactly sure when it happened. He also got slashed by Pavel Buchnevich. It might have happened there, potentially. Here's the Rangers with a shot. Adam Fox and a big save there by Vanacek. 4:14 left in the period here. But Wilson's done for the rest of this game. He is injured now. Again, I'm not exactly sure where it happened, but there's been 6 fights in total. It's been awesome, and this is the kind of hockey I grew up watching and that made me love hockey. So I am super happy with how this game has gone.
Yeah, I agree. This is fantastic stuff. At first I thought maybe they just took him out because they wanted to calm the game down and win the game, but I don't know with the way Mantha and the way Buchnevich reacted like that. It was possible that slash caught him on a bad part of the wrist or something.
The wrist, maybe. I don't know.
And they just want to be careful and make sure because, like you said, the Capitals have a lot. They can't be having injuries like that. They need Wilson for the playoffs for sure.
Yeah, that's the side part is that the Capitals have a lot more to play for beyond this game, whereas the New York Rangers do not. Like their season's done in a few games, and that's it. Kyle asked earlier what the next game I'm streaming. It's going to be Saturday afternoon, Bruins and Rangers. That's an NBC game. I might see if my friends want to come over for that or not. I don't know if they might be busy, but they generally like to do Bruins games with me from time to time, so I might check and see if they're around. But that'll be the next game that I'm doing, so that should be fun. I don't know if it's going to top this one, though.
Yeah, but we got playoffs coming around.
Oh, I cannot wait for the playoffs.
It's going to be freaking awesome. Yeah, I can't wait for it either. 3-1 Sens. Boom. I have the
Sens
Sens.
take a 2-goal lead. Wow.
Yeah, I took the
What
Sens on that.
Montreal has such a problem with the Ottawa Senators.
Yep. Because the Senators will outwork you. In Montreal, been their problem. When they're not outworking the opposition, they lose. They sometimes somehow think that they're a skills team when they're really not.
Uh-oh, Zdeno Chara is going down the tunnel for the Capitals.
What happened here?
I don't know why Chara was just going down the tunnel.
He's getting a misconduct for something. More storylines. What the hell?
What did Chara do?
I didn't see it. Maybe he said something, and I don't know. How much
Yeah,
time is
Chara
left in the
gets a
third?
misconduct at 15:46 of the second period.
You got a 5-minute misconduct.
Or 10.
Because it's 10-minute misconduct.
Well,
For what?
it's either 10 or a game for misconducts.
All right.
There's no power play, so there's no manpower change. It must have just been a straight up 10.
Yeah, just 10. Go sit down for 10 minutes for saying something or something.
He must have said something to the referee, or I don't know.
Maybe.
I was during commercial break, so I have no idea. Here come the Rangers back the other way. Back to the point here. Shot there, and nice save by Vanacek. Brendan Dillon's another guy I'm a little surprised hasn't been involved in the rough stuff, because he loves to play that way.
I would think that he was told not to, because they need him badly on that D-line. They cannot afford to not have him on there.
That's true. Nice hit. Oh, he just absolutely hammered Colin Blackwell, though. Absolutely crushed Blackwell. What a beautiful hit there from Brendan Dillon. Yeah, 10-minute misconduct to Z.
Oh, yeah, did he ever? I'm delayed.
Yeah, that was a great hit there from Dillon. Absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, I would think that that's what happened. They do want to win the game, so this was all calculated. Who was going to get the penalties and all that kind of stuff like that.
Who was going to fight? Who wasn't?
Yeah,
that was what a hit there from Dillon.
Washington cannot afford to have Dillon off that D line for 5 or 10 minutes or something like that. He's too huge for them.
3-0 lead for the Capitals here. 2:41 left in the second period. Taken now here. Up and out of the zone. Cleared by the Rangers. Through the neutral zone. It's so funny that we hardly ever see games like this anymore, but they used to happen on a regular basis in the NHL. Yeah. Like the games like this were commonplace, and now we get to see them like once a year if we're lucky.
1 out of every 10 games were like this, and the ones that weren't like this, there was still a fight almost every night.
Oh yeah, well back in the mid '80s, like the NHL averaged like almost 3 fights per game.
Yeah, people fought a lot.
Yeah,
there was a lot of fights back then for sure.
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah,
I wish I played that. I wish I played back then. Would have had a fun time with the gloves off.
I'll tell you, if you ever got ragdoll, it's not fun though.
No.
I have been ragdolled back in the day. Oh my gosh. I had some guy slash me in the ankles, and I turned around and dropped my gloves, and I was looking way up at him.
Yep.
He just destroyed me. I hurt for like 3 days after that.
Now Keandre Miller and Garnet Hathaway having a little conversation here. I don't think Keandre Miller's not the guy you want doing this if you're the Rangers.
Not really, no.
Brian, I did have the line brawl freshman year of spring league in high school. That is correct. Actually, that was a bench clearer. Because it was the last game of the season in this little like random spring league that we did just to stay in shape in the off season. And it was the last game of the league. It was the end of the game, and we were playing a town that was near us, or right next to us actually, and we did not like each other. It was a very chippy game, and then at the end we just decided everyone was going to jump out and start getting involved, and it turned into a pretty fun pig pile and little bit of a brawl that was definitely fun to be a part of, especially as a 14-year-old where you're like, whoa. I've never done this before.
Yeah, and that's a good point. Remember, we were having fun.
It was so much fun.
It was fun. We were having fun. We were having fun hating each other for the time we were on the ice.
Yep, absolutely. That was icing here against the Capitals. We're under a minute to go in the second period. Rangers are going to get an offensive zone draw. Hey, there you go, Bart. That's fantastic. Oh yeah, I think every hockey player has been involved in a good I guess they called back the icing and just put it to center ice, so it was a neutral zone draw taken here. Rangers trying to bring it into the offensive end. Capitals keep it out. Everyone that's played hockey or lacrosse or a sport that has fights on a somewhat regular basis has a good story of getting involved somehow.
Yeah, we used to have fights in the hallways and the dressing rooms a lot.
Yeah. Even Connor McDavid had a few fights when he was playing in the OHL.
Yeah, I think McDavid would go a lot more, but they just need him on the ice too much. They don't want him, and they don't want him to get injured. You don't want your $12 million guy dropping him.
The Oilers do not want Connor McDavid fighting. They've got other guys there. With Cassian injured, maybe not so much, but they've got other guys there that they'd rather have fighting than certainly McDavid. I mean, that's for Darnell Nurse to take care of, or for Zach Cassian to take care of.
Or Kyra or somebody.
Yeah, Jujhar Khaira, yeah. They've got guys for that, so McDavid doesn't have to, which is exactly the point. Like Don Cherry used to say, fighters fight, grinders grind, scorers score, playmakers playmake. Like, you have your role on the team, and you really don't want the star players having to drop the gloves. Now, sometimes in the case of like a Jarome Iginla, you have a star player who is more than capable of dropping the gloves, and those guys are a breed unto their own.
Jarome Iginla is a freaking one
Jamie
of my favorites.
Benn is like that.
Time.
When you have players that score a lot and also can fight the way that guys like Jarome Iginla and Jamie Benn can fight, I mean, that's a breed unto its own. Wayne Simmons, I would put in that category.
That
was a guy that was having 30-goal seasons and also getting 100 penalty minutes.
All the Tkachuks. Father Tkachuk,
yep.
Brady Tkachuk, Matthew Tkachuk. Yeah,
Andrew,
guys.
What is going on? Van City, to talk about, besides Domi, who was a tough Ranger to fight in the past 20 years, Colton Orr. Colton Orr is one of my all-time favorite enforcers.
Bobby Orr's son. Yeah.
He started with the way back, played for the Providence Bruins, like when I was a little kid, like back in like 2003, 2004, around then. And I loved Colton Orr then. And then he ended up moving on to the Rangers and actually played a lot in the NHL for the Rangers. And then went to the Leafs afterwards, obviously. But I loved Colton Orr.
Yeah, Colton Orr. I remember his father said, when he went in the league, he said, I hope he doesn't get a full punch on anyone.
Mm-hmm.
He told, that's what he was telling people. It was like, if Colton gets his full force on somebody, I don't think that person's going to be doing very well.
Yeah.
He's one of the toughest ever. That guy was insane. Yeah. Not too many fought Colton.
Oh, yeah. Tom Wilson would not have a good time with Colton Orr.
No, if the Rangers had Colton Orr on their team, this would have been taken care of a long
Yeah.
time ago.
If this was
He never would have did that.
2007, if this was 2007, it would have gone down a little differently for sure.
Yeah, he wouldn't have done that to Buchnevich in the pile.
No.
There's no way.
Or if
There's
he
no way.
did, he would have paid for it dearly.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Steele's here. What's going on, Steele? Welcome, Rick. Welcome to the stream. Thank you, guys. Tom Wilson in the chat says, "Is the Great Eight playing tonight?" No, he is not. Oh, George Laraque is another guy that was an incredible enforcer through the 2000s. And
yeah, Laraque and Brashear had a couple freaking. I saw them live in Edmonton going at it though. They had some great fights together.
Oh yeah. Laraque at one point, I think, was probably the toughest guy in the league, or at least one of the top 3 toughest guys in the league.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
Scott Parker, there's a throwback name, Bart.
That's way back, yeah.
That late 90s, early 2000s, I think, for Scott Parker.
When they could get him to drop it, Louis DeBrusque was pretty tough.
I mean, as far as like guys around now, Michael Haley, yeah. I mean, obviously he's played that role for a long time. Haley's a smaller guy too.
Yeah.
Haley's a smaller guy, so it's, he's not. I don't think he's going to be knocking people out most of the time, but he's a gamer for sure. He'd go with anybody.
One guy they have on the Rangers that I don't even know who's playing. I know he's big, but I guess he's not all that tough. Is Gauthier?
Yeah, Julian Gauthier not. He's not a fighter at all.
Nothing, eh?
He's just got he's got size, but he's not. I don't think he's ever really fought much.
Yeah.
Toughest
guys in the league today.
Brian McGrattan was another savage that could absolutely hammer anybody.
Yeah.
Rick Rippon for another small guy with just balls of steel.
Ripien, yeah, he was pretty. What was his name? Wasn't too long ago. Played for Montreal, finished up in Vancouver. It'll come to me. Dylan Gambrell. He's pretty tough in San Jose.
Oh, absolutely, Christina. Brendan Shanahan could fight and he could score as well. Absolutely.
Yeah, there's a good one.
Brendan Shanahan was a great power forward. I think Ryan Reeves is the toughest player in the league today.
Yeah, for sure.
Trevor Gillies. Oh yeah, he didn't play very many NHL games, but he played. I mean, he was an absolute animal on the ice. He was a pure enforcer. Wendell Clark is my all-time favorite Toronto Maple Leaf. One of my all-time favorite players to ever play the game. Talk about guys that could fight and score. Ty Domi, obviously legendary enforcer. I mean,
Garth Butcher. There's another one.
Guys, while we have all this enforcer talk going on, I have a series on my channel. called Enforcer Hall of Fame, where I've inducted a bunch of these legendary enforcers into their own Hall of Fame, because obviously they're never going to get into the actual Hall of Fame. So I haven't done one in a while because I think I've done most of the big names. Chris Neal was another one. I loved Chris Neal throughout his career. Bobby Nystrom was a pretty tough guy, absolutely. Donald Brashear, he's in the Enforcer Hall of Fame. I might, in the off-season, I might add some more guys to the Enforcer Hall of Fame, but you guys should check out that playlist on my channel. Because
there's a guy coaching in San Jose that was pretty tough, Bob Bugner.
Bob Bugner he's in my Enforcer Hall of Fame. He was very, very tough back in the day.
Yeah, and then smaller guys that used to go, they were just crazy. Was Kelly Buchberger?
Yep,
that guy was nuts. He fought like way over his class.
Yeah,
he never won a fight. I don't think he ever won a fight. Bukaboom and Buchberger.
Yeah. Mick Vukoda is kind of a forgotten New York Islander. He was tough for a long time.
Yeah, Mick Dakota.
Bob or Riley Cote, if you're talking more about like more modern guys, 2000s guys. Bob Probert, I think, is the greatest enforcer of all time.
Yeah, absolutely.
Dan Carcillo is one of those guys that fought above his weight class a lot. He was one of those smaller guys that had the guts to go it with almost anybody. Aaron Asham. See, Aaron Asham never fought all that much, but he was as tough as they came. Like he could go with anybody. But you never saw him fighting like 30 times a year like some of these other guys. He was good for like 12, 15 fights a season, which would lead the league now, but obviously back 10, 15 years ago was a fair season as far as fighting goes.
Matthew Barnaby said there was two guys, and I'm trying to remember the other one, but the one guy I know for sure that he would never fight. And that one of them was Tony Twist.
Yeah, Tony Twist was a legend for sure.
He said he was a psycho, like
yeah,
just never. And there was another one too, and it's not coming to me. But George Paros
could fight.
Rob Ray, yeah.
Rob Ray, longtime Saber, incredibly active fighter. He loved to. So that was before the fight straps, and Rob Ray would have it so his whole equipment would just slip
one of the reasons
slip
why.
off. Rob Ray is the reason they have fight straps now.
Christoph Oliwa,
there's a throwback.
Holy crap. And of course, Link Gates. I think Link Gates was the other one. He wouldn't go with Twist and he wouldn't go with Link Gates.
Yeah. Battleship Kelly, obviously throwing back to the Flyers there, along with Dave Schultz. Dave Schultz was the original enforcer.
Eric Bolton's another smaller
Eric Bolton's an underrated fighter. Absolutely. He was in the league for a long time. But I think because he played for the Thrashers, he wasn't, or a lot of that time with the Thrashers, he wasn't really...
Buffalo and the Thrashers, wasn't it?
He played for New Jersey as well. And I think he ended his career with the Islanders.
Chris Simon was insane.
Simon was a nut.
Maybe that was the other one. I think that was the other one.
Chris Simon was out of his mind.
Oh, yeah. He was insane. That guy was...
Dale Hunter was very tough, but Dale Hunter could also play, though. Hunter wasn't just a fighter. Hunter could play.
Yeah. Matt Karkner. Matt Karkner could play, too, as a defensive defenseman.
Yeah.
He was really good, too. And he was a great fighter, too.
Bobby, what is going on? Magic Man, what is going on? Welcome. Best goalie fighters. I mean, obviously Patrick Waugh, Ron Hextall, and Billy Smith are the three that immediately come to mind for me.
Billy Smith's got to be the best.
Yeah. Ray Emery, if you're thinking of like modern goalies, because there aren't many goalie fights. You know, there were a lot more back in the 70s and 80s.
Smith.
Billy Smith was insane.
No, but Smith in Edmonton now.
As far as goalies right now, I would say Mike Smith is probably the toughest. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's got a little bit going on upstairs too. Like he's a little bit nuts in there when he's out on the ice.
He's a warrior. He always has been. I wish he wouldn't have played in Arizona because people would have known more about him.
Yeah. Todd Fedoruk's another great one. Eric Goddard played for the Penguins. Was Goddard on the cup-winning Penguins team in 2009?
Oh, could be.
I think so. Sure. I think Goddard actually has a Stanley Cup. Yes, Chris Simon is the one that smashed Ryan Holweg in the face with his stick. That was pretty much the end of Chris Simon.
Yeah. Kelly Kissio is another one.
Yeah, John Wensick, I remember him challenging the bench against the Minnesota North Stars. He went over to the bench and challenged everybody, and nobody came off to fight him.
Ian LePerrier, he would drop him.
Yeah.
He was tough.
He's an underrated guy. Because he could play too. Like he was never a big scorer, but he could play well in a bottom six role. Like he was a solid bottom six player, and he was also tough enough to drop him, when he needed to as well.
I think he won. Wasn't he in Tampa when they won the cup too? I think he might have been.
I think that was Andre Waugh.
Oh, okay. Marty McSorley. Yeah, I don't think anybody mentions Marty McSorley because it's just sort of a foregone conclusion.
Yeah,
like
he was
like
Crosby. He was Gretzky's personal bodyguard. So
yeah,
yeah,
he was pretty tough. He was tough, all right, that's for sure.
Yeah, Ian LePerriere was one of those guys that was tough as they came, but also could play a really good role. He reminds me of a little bit like Eric Nystrom was like that too, who played for Dallas and the Nashville Predators. Eric Nystrom was one of those guys that he could fight, but you didn't want him fighting all the time because he was actually an effective third or fourth line guy as well.
The Marty McSorley, I don't think was the toughest Oiler. Actually, I think Dave Brown was the toughest Oiler.
Oh, Dave Brown's a forgotten one.
Yeah, and Dave Semenko, I drank beer with Dave Semenko.
Semenko was the original Gretzky bodyguard before McSorley got there.
Yeah.
Stu Grimson, there's a throwback. The Grim Reaper. He played for Chicago.
Grimmer was insane. Yeah. That was not too many people went with Grim.
You know who's a forgotten enforcer from the Oilers that a lot of people don't really remember? I don't think he was around all that long, but the years that he was in the league, he fought a ton. Kevin McClelland.
Oh, yeah.
Kevin McClelland fought a ton when he was in the league, but I don't think he was in the NHL for all that long.
Yeah, he definitely fought a lot. They had a tough team. Like they never really, because you always think of all the great players they had, but they always had a tough team.
Yeah. Well, they knew that, especially back then, you had to win. Because otherwise someone would just take out your star players and that would be it.
They had guys that would be considered like super tough guys today, but they didn't even have to do much back then.
Yeah.
Like Charlie Huddy.
Yep.
You know.
Craig Berube, another legend.
Berube is one of my favorites.
One of the players. He might have. Period. He's up there for most fights all time.
I love Craig Berube. Craig Berube is one of the reasons why I'm a Philadelphia Flyers fan. Yep. Absolutely love him.
Wade Belak, there's another guy from the 2000s that could throw with anybody.
Oh, yeah. Played with Quebec. What else? Who else did he play with?
Belak played for Toronto.
Right.
Played with, I think, the Florida Panthers and the Nashville Predators as well.
Wow. You got that one. I would have thought of Nashville, but I remember Florida, but I do remember him in Toronto. There's a good one.
Like Chris Pronger was tough, but he didn't fight a lot because he was too good of a defenseman to be having the box all the time. Like Chris Pronger was a legitimate number one defenseman as well as being tough as nails. Darren McCarty, I love Darren McCarty because he was another guy that could play too. Like he wasn't just a plug out there scoring 3 points a season. Darren McCarty could play. That guy scored goals.
Scott Stevens was tough, but he didn't do it right enough. He had too many times. There was too many times when Scott Stevens was headhunting and stuff. But you can't deny how tough he was. He was one of the hardest hitters ever.
Rick Tocchet, another legend.
Clean. Brian Marchment.
Marchment. Oh, he loved his knee-on-knee hits.
That was a bad thing. But he was an open ice hitter. I don't think he ever really meant it. But he went for hits that probably he shouldn't have. Yeah.
Joey Kocher, the heir to the... Well, he and Probert played together for a little bit, didn't they? And then...
Yep.
Kocher stayed with and then Kocher ended up fighting Probert a few times later in Proby's career.
Yeah, a lot of these guys went through Vancouver, didn't they? Like Vancouver had a lot of tough players. Now that you think about it.
Oh, here's one: Brad May. Because Brad May came into the league as a first-round pick and was like supposed to be. Did have some good seasons where he was a good player, but he could fight anybody as well.
Yeah, he wasn't that big, but he
he wasn't big, but he was a gamer.
At one point, they had Barnaby and Brad May on the same team. Two guys that weren't that big that would scrap with anybody. Yeah,
Brad
Buffalo,
May and Barnaby, I think, played together in Buffalo.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
No, weekend game this week, Matthew, is on Saturday at 3 p.m. for the Bruins and the Rangers.
Didn't Brad May play? He played his whole career in Buffalo, did he? Didn't he? Or did he go to Washington or something for a bit?
No, Brad May played for Vancouver, Buffalo. He won a cup with Anaheim. He ended his career with Detroit. He played for a lot. He played for a lot of different teams.
Wow. Jeez.
All right. Oh, we're back for the start of the third period, guys. Shoot,
I got to grab a coffee.
I got to grab a beer quick. Start of the third. I'll be back in like 30 seconds. I'll be back in 30 seconds, everybody. I got to grab a I got to grab a beer here. Flyers and Sabres did have some incredible brawls, Amanda. Absolutely. Alan May played in Washington, yes. He was tough throughout the 90s for a long time. This was awesome, Sasuke. Awesome start to the game. Semenko is an absolute legend, Ryan, without a doubt. Oh, Derek Dorsett, another one of those smaller guys who was willing to fight anybody. I loved guys like that. I was a big fan of Derek Dorsett when he was playing. But we are ready for puck drop here to start the third. I'll grab that beer probably at a whistle. When Perlo comes back, I'll let him take over at a whistle and grab that. But what a night tonight. Capitals with a 3-0 lead. I mean, Bertuzzi could fight, but he didn't fight a whole lot. Like, you were never going to see Bertuzzi up near the top of the fight standing as far as most fights in the league or anything like that. And the thing about Bertuzzi, too, was that he was a solid player. So they didn't want him in the box as much as some of these fourth-line guys, that they were there to fight. Jamie McGruffy, there's another one, John. There's a throwback name.
That tastes pretty good.
Taking now Capitals through the neutral zone. Bring it into the offensive end. Oshie's looking for a hat trick. Puck gets poked off his stick, though. Rangers get out. Yes, I do, Erwin. Taken now. Henry, what is going on? Welcome. Thank you for being here. Really, really appreciate it.
This one is for you. This is Steven.
Nice shot there. Save. Rebound chance on the back door. And the Rangers put it in and score. It's a 3-1 game. Alexi Lafreniere gets the Rangers on the board. Goal there for New York. Alexi Lafreniere makes it 3-1. And the Rangers get themselves on the board here early in the third. And they might be able to make a game of this. As Vanacek came over to his right, gave up the rebound though, could not get back to his left as he came out of the net and out of position. Absolutely, Bart. Peter Worrell he wasn't in the league super long, but he was definitely one of the tough guys in the league when he was in the league. Absolutely. Rangers definitely needed that, Brian. That gets them on the board here a minute and a half into the third, and we have a 3-1 game now. Alexi Lafreniere with a big goal there for New York, and now it's a 2-goal game again. Getting it a little bit closer as Mantha goes in on the forecheck here. Zach Jones back. Takes it for the Rangers, moves it up the ice to Kevin Rooney out of the zone. That one gets dumped in here by New York as they go back on the attack. Gideon, what is going on? Welcome. Thank you so much for being here. Really, really appreciate it. Bart, yeah, Perlo probably remembers Peter Worrell.
Yeah?
He was a tough guy for the Panthers and the Avalanche back in the day.
Yeah,
Ottawa, 4-1.
Peter Worrell was a very tough player for sure. He was a good hitter. One of the better most underrated hitters. Not just fighters, yeah.
Yeah. All right, we got a stoppage here 3-1 Capitals with the lead. Rangers get on the board in this period. We got 17:38 to go in the third period here. And we'll see if the Caps can hold the lead or if the Rangers are able to pull the comeback here. Stars take a 3-2 lead. Wow.
No! Frick, I was...
Oh, no, never mind. No, Tampa Bay was up 3-1. My apologies. They said Stars 3-2, but it's actually Lightning 3-2. Stars get a goal back, though, so that's a one-goal game now.
Somebody asked if I think one of the teams or we think one of the teams from the North will win the Cup. No, I do not. I do not think.
Down in the corner. I got to wait for a longer whistle here, Erwin. I didn't get off quick enough. I'll literally be gone for like 30 seconds, but I don't want to miss any play as that shot gets stopped there. Saved by Vanacek. All right, Perlo's got the chat for like 1 second, and I'll be right back. Just going to grab another beer. 3-1 Caps. Be back in like 20 seconds.
All righty. Yeah, no, I don't think anybody in the North will win the Cup. Not because I don't think they're a good team. I think they've had too much travel in the regular season. It hasn't really been fair to them in that way, but there's not much you can do about it. So
I'm back. Didn't even miss a face-off.
No,
didn't even miss a face-off. Let's go.
Didn't even miss me talking. I didn't even finish talking from what I was saying here about.
Oh, we're cracking it here. Cheers to everyone in the chat again. Thank you guys all so much for watching. Really, really appreciate it. Please don't forget to drop that subscribe and like if you haven't. Helps out a ton. Check out Perlo's channel as well. It's linked in the description.
Yeah, go check it out. Give me a sub. 1,000. Getting 1,000. Trying to get a G. All right, so the Rangers come back and score one. I need 2 more goals, guys. Come on. Come on.
Hey, thank you, Henry. Really, really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Here we go now. 16. 27 remaining. Char is still in the box serving the rest of his 10-minute misconduct. The Capitals have a 3-1 lead here. And they are just trying to get through this game without anybody else getting injured, I would think. Obviously, they also want to win because this is actually important for the Capitals in the standings as far as the fight for first place goes. Oh, Jordan Tutu. How did I leave out Jordan Tutu? He was one of my favorite players through most of his career. I loved Jordan Tutu.
Yeah, he is fantastic. Another Native American guy who did from way up in Nunavut.
Mm-hmm.
Made it in the league. That's not too many guys coming from way up there. Well, right on. Thank you for subscribing, my friend. That's awesome. Getting closer and closer to that G. Thank you very much.
Taken now here. Rangers into the offensive zone. Not able to keep it there. Caps trying to work it, breaking it out. And they get it over the blue line here, through the neutral zone. Hagelin with it at the red line, into the offensive end. Carl Hagelin, he gets checked down there, and the Rangers take possession back. Taken now, stolen here by Hagelin. He's in behind the D, gets the puck for the Capitals, and then takes a hit there from Fox. And the Rangers are going to try and clear this out again. Moved into the middle. Back out. Rangers not able to bring it up ice. 15 minutes to go here in the third period. Moved into the offensive end. Sent in deep and around the boards. Brendan Dillon plays it. Taken now by the Capitals. Hathaway out of the zone. Through the neutral zone and into the offensive end. Tampa has a 4-2 lead now. Thank you, Brian. And Gideon says the Jackets just scored. 3-2.
No, it's going to ruin my parlay.
Yikes. What are you doing, Nashville? You have a chance to get in the playoffs tonight. God, losing to the worst team in the division. And yes, the Columbus Blue Jackets are the worst team in the division.
I got them ML, so they could still come back. How much time is left in that game?
Should be middle portion of the third period or so. Yeah, Kevin Westgarth was an enforcer. He just didn't play very many NHL games. He spent a lot more time in the AHL than the NHL. Big hit there. Wow. Who is that came flying in? That was Philip Hedel. Oh, wow. That game's almost over. So this game's taken a lot longer time-wise than the other 7 o'clock starts.
Yeah, with all the fights to begin with and everything.
Yeah. 13
Both
and a
of
half
these
to
teams
go.
look kind of
Tired?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think there was so much energy and emotion at the beginning of this game that now that it's calmed down, I think there's kind of been a little bit of a letdown for both of these teams, and they're just trying to find their legs here. Mantha with a chance there. Good pass. Cross ice, and that one goes wide. Good defensive play there from the Rangers. Trent McCleary. I don't really know Trent McCleary.
I don't know who that is.
From the Canadians. I'll have to look him up. I'm really not familiar with him. Yeah, Blues can be in the playoffs tonight, Gideon, absolutely. I mean, I think we all know that the Blues are going to make it in the 4th spot in the West, but it's just a matter of mathematically clinching, and they could do that tonight, yes. Down in the corner here. Ooh, Capitals player gets shoved down hard. That was Nick Dowd, and now we got a penalty to the Rangers coming up, and someone just slashed down on Hathaway. Dowd comes over now. It's Ryan Strome. Wow, so Strome's starting to go. Strome's hot tonight. He's starting to go after guys here. You don't see this from Ryan Strome very much.
It feels like he needs to because there's nobody else there that can do something like that. So
it's going to be an original penalty here to the Rangers, and that's going to put the Capitals on the power play. And that is not what the Rangers needed if they were going to come back in this game. Strome was drafted by the Isles, Brian, yes, and then he ended up being traded to Edmonton, and then he was awful in Edmonton, and has actually played well and found a home here with the New York Rangers.
Yeah, what was that bad trade? Eberle.
Eberle.
Right?
It was the Eberle deal between the Islanders and the Oilers.
Yeah. And then they traded him to the Rangers for Ryan Spooner.
That's brutal.
That's
and believe me, I know all about Ryan Spooner as a Bruins fan. That is brutal.
Oh, that's another Chiarelli right there.
Yep. And Ryan Spooner's another one of those guys that could put up big-time points in the AHL, but could not translate his game to the NHL because of the game speed and because he was useless defensively.
Oh, he didn't even care about defense.
He didn't care about defense at all.
He didn't care about passing the puck. He just wanted to deke through people, which he was really good at. But, you know, if the competition was deking through people, he would be all right. But
he put up huge points in the AHL, but was not good in the NHL. I think they tossed Strome. Yeah, Strome down the tunnel. They tossed Strome. So Strome gets a tripping penalty and a 10-minute misconduct. And the Capitals are on the power play here, looking to extend the lead back to 3. They're up 3-1 here.
Two-handers on the.
Yeah, he two-handed Hathaway's stick there, and Hathaway turned around and was like, "What are you doing?"
Yeah.
Brian, this is what happens in games like this: is the refs hand out 10s because they just want to get guys off the ice. They just want to get guys off the ice because he two-handed Garnet Hathaway. So they're just anyone that does anything at this point, they're just going to get rid of. It's
Yeah.
way easier for the officials just to hand out a 10 and get you out of here than have to deal with what's happening on the ice. 5-1 Ottawa. Wow. Mikhail, what's going on? Welcome.
Wow, I had the under on that. I guess I didn't get it.
I did not expect. I mean, Ottawa always has a chance to beat the Canadians, but I wasn't expecting a blowout like that when the Canadians are fighting for the playoffs.
Well, I had Ottawa. I figured Ottawa was going to win. Somebody asked me that. I figured Ottawa was going to win, but yeah, I didn't think like they were going to blow them out that bad. That's for sure.
Yeah, the Canadians are really bad against the Senators for some reason. Backstrom here in the offensive zone. Down low, chance here, poked away at the last second. Oh, yeah. I mean, Sean Thornton's one of my all-time favorite Bruins, Bart. Absolute legend up here in Boston. Sean Thornton will get every beer he buys in Boston paid for the rest of his life. He is absolutely loved up here. Flyers do not play tonight, Tyler, no. I don't think so, no. They played back-to-back Monday, Tuesday. Chris Barsh, there's a forgotten guy for the Dallas Stars. Also,
Yeah.
I think he played for the Panthers at the end of his career, if I'm not mistaken. Or maybe it was the Devils. Or maybe it was
You're gonna
both.
do Dallas Stars.
He
you gotta
was-
go Mark Tenorti,
He was known for his time with Dallas.
Shane Churla.
I loved Shane Churl. Oh, Basil McRae. Oh, that might be going back to the North Stars days, but Basil McRae.
Yeah. Yeah, there's another one. Ben Eager, Philadelphia Flyer.
Yeah, Ben Eager. He didn't last in the league that long, but he was real tough when he was in the NHL. Flyers,
Yeah.
Sharks. I feel like he might have played for someone else too, but I don't remember. Kyle Clifford's still in the league now. I've always loved Kyle Clifford. He's with the Blues this year. I've been a big fan of Kyle Clifford's his entire career.
Ross Johnson is one of the closest to a goon that they would be in the NHL.
As far as
now.
a current like modern day enforcer, Ross Johnson would be the closest. I would say him and Nick Delorier in Anaheim.
Yeah,
would be the-
Delorier can play.
No, but Delorier definitely can play. But I don't think there's nobody in the league left that can't play.
Yeah, well, Johnson, I think, would probably be the one that can play the least and has that role. That's what I mean by
but
that.
he goes to the net, and I mean he's at least able to chip in goals. But
Yeah,
I
he's not
agree.
bad.
I would say he's the closest thing to an actual enforcer who
Yeah,
is
where
only
that's
there
his main
for
role.
toughness. Yeah.
He would not be in the league if he didn't fight. Like
Oh,
simple as that.
absolutely. Yeah. 100%.
Where Delorier could be a fourth liner and not drop the gloves, probably.
Yeah.
I think
But he
he'd still
definitely
find it.
adds value with his fighting ability.
Oh, for sure, absolutely, no doubt about it, big time. Yeah.
Fraser McLaren. Yep. He played with the Leafs for a while. He came up with the Sharks. I remember him in the
Biz.
AHL.
The
Biz Nasty,
Biz.
obviously. Arizona Coyotes
He might
legend.
be the last one. He's really close to enforcer because he couldn't play with really that well at all.
Oh, no. Ryan Clough. I mean, Ryan Clough is more of a power forward than an enforcer. He could fight, but he could also score. I would put him in like the Wayne Simmons category of guys that could play and fight.
Yeah, Ryan
Vegas
Clough.
takes a 1-0 lead. Anaheim ties it up against the Blues.
Shh, get out of here. now
Interesting.
with that stuff. Just come on, Blues. You got to be able to beat Anaheim for the love of God. They got like half their lineup is injured right
Yeah.
now.
Oh, you know who's
Uh,
someone that we haven't mentioned yet that deserves talk is Jared Bowl
Oh yeah.
from the Columbus
forgot
Blue
about you.
Jackets and then the Anaheim Ducks.
Anaheim.
Jared Bowl played for a long time and was a very good fighter.
He was original Duck, wasn't he? Was he original Duck?
No, I think he was originally a Blue Jacket.
No, but was he a Duck from the time of the origin of the Mighty Ducks?
Oh, no. He just recently retired. He just retired in like 2015 or it might have been like 2017.
Really?
Jared
Yeah.
Bowl, yeah, he came up with Columbus, played for like 10 years in Columbus.
Oh,
and
yeah,
then,
you're right.
And
right,
then went to
right, yeah,
Anaheim at the end of his career and played,
yeah.
I think,
Yeah,
2
you're
or
right,
3
probably.
seasons with the Ducks. We talked about Darren McCarty. He's a legend, Brian, absolutely. Mike Rupper was always good to go.
He's on Sirius Radio now. He's really good on there, too. Michael Rupp, yeah.
Jody Shelley.
Oh, yeah.
Flyer.
He was tough.
Shark.
San Jose, yeah.
5-2 now, Logan. Tampa up 5-2 now. So that'll pretty much end that. Brad, what's going on? Welcome to the stream. Thank you for being here. Man, now I got all these fighters going through my head. Oh, you know who was a great fighter early in his career and then kind of stopped towards the end? Was Derek Englund.
Yeah.
Derek Englund, when he came up with Pittsburgh, was fighting the toughest guys in the league. He KO'd Colton Orr.
Wow. He must have got a lucky punch in on that.
No, I mean, he had some great fights with Orr. He fought Colton Orr, I think, 3 times, I think.
Wow.
He fought Milan Lucic when he was in Calgary and Lucic was in Edmonton. Englund was tough as nails. And then when he went to Vegas, for some reason, he just kind of stopped fighting. But before that, he was real tough. Tyler, he is an Oilers and a Flyers fan.
Now I know what you're talking about. Yeah, you're right. I don't know why it didn't click in my head. Englund, he was the first captain of the Vegas line. He's from Vegas.
Yeah. He played a lot of years in the minors before coming up with Pittsburgh.
Yeah, Jim Agnew. There's another one.
I'm trying to think of all these tough guys now. There were so many in the league at one point, and now they're mostly gone, but they're still tough players, but not like it used to be, where fourth lines were full of them.
Zach Ronaldo.
Oh, God, Ronaldo. Yeah. Yeah, we talked a lot about Chris Simon. No, we talked about Cassian earlier. We spent the whole second intermission, guys, just basically naming enforcers. So we've hit most of them by now, I think. Mark Fraser was pretty tough. Another guy that didn't last very long in the league, but was pretty tough.
That's the guy. Kelly Chase. Did we talk about Kelly Chase?
Kelly Chase. Yeah, Blues enforcer for a while. Yeah.
He was tougher than heck, that guy.
Rich Clune, another guy that barely, he played a few NHL games, not a lot. Jackets win 4-2. Wow, Gideon. Thank you for that update. Columbus wins over Nashville 4-2. That is not a game that the Predators needed to lose. Now, the good thing for the Predators is that Dallas is also about to lose to Tampa Bay. So it doesn't really change anything.
Dave Manson.
He was a beast. John Kordick was a legend.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm gonna get back to this game here. We've talked a lot about enforcers, guys. Remember, check out my playlist of the Enforcer Hall of Fame. I've done a bunch of videos on those guys, and there'll probably be more to come this off season too. So check that out. I think I've got a good number of guys in that Enforcer Hall of Fame now, and there's some legends of the game for sure that were some of the best fighters in league history. As the Capitals are back on the power play here, trying to extend the lead to 3. We got only 5:20 left in the third, and Washington's got the puck in the offensive zone here, holding on to the 3-1 lead over the Rangers. This has been an awesome game. It's been a lot of fun. These teams officially hate each other now, which is great, and it sucks that it's the last time they'll play this season, but I hope that next year picks up right where we left off, because this was a lot of fun. No better way to start the game. We got an offsides here against the Capitals. 4:52 left in the third. Kevin McGuire, I was talking about him last night. He played for the Buffalo Sabres. He was a tough kid. But I was talking about him last night because I was talking about how when he went after Steve Yzerman, against the Red Wings, Bob Probert stepped in and did the ultimate enforcing job against Kevin McGuire.
Oh, one guy we didn't know. We're not supposed to talk about it anymore, but you got to say Peluso, man. Peluso. I forgot about Peluso. I can't believe that.
Oh,
He would've
yeah.
got-
It
But
was tough.
he was very tough. New Jersey, mostly.
Yep. 6-2 final, Logan, so that's a Tampa Bay game. Lightning wiped the floor with the Stars by 4 goals. NBC's feed wants to cut out on me here. All right, now we're back. 4:15 to go here. That game's gone final.
Meanwhile, I need 2 more goals in this game.
Yeah. 4 minutes left to get him. Chris King! What a forgotten fighter there for the Toronto Maple Leafs. Chris King.
Kind of not, he was not really super big either. Like
No.
Dennis Vial. There's another one.
Craig Cox. I love Craig Cox.
Craig Cox, yeah.
He was not in the league for very long. He played for the Vancouver Canucks. But he has 2 of the top 5 greatest fights of all time.
Yeah.
And they both came against Bob Probert.
Bob Probert.
Cox versus Probert is legendary. 1987, Cox versus Probert. Probably the greatest fight in NHL history.
Bob Probert said Craig Cox was the toughest guy he ever fought.
Yep.
So that tells you something right there.
Absolutely.
Yeah. He's an actual boxer that tried to do MMA.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Covered up there by Vanacek. Under 4 minutes now to go. 3:09 left in the third. Capitals holding on to a 3-1 lead. And we're going to have a final commercial break here. Offensive zone draw for the Rangers coming up. Jeff Bukaboom.
Call the goalie, Rangers. Yeah, we talked about Bukaboom. Yeah, Bukaboom and Buckburger.
Didn't Bukaboom was the one that got suckered by Domi, right? And was never the same after?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, Domi did one of those.
Domi
right
came up from behind him and just suckered him, and Bukaboom was out cold and was never the same again.
Yeah. Domi was an a-hole.
Oh yeah, Domi. I mean, Domi was a dirty player on the ice a lot of the time.
Yep.
Very dirty guy on the ice.
There's a lot of guys that don't get talked about how dirty they are. Domi was one of the lesser ones, but Chris Pronger was dirty as heck too. He was a pretty dirty player. We talked about Stevens.
Stevens was a headhunter, although at a time when it wasn't illegal.
Yeah, keep your head up.
Yeah.
But, I mean, when you're sticking your elbow out like what he did to Korea, that was brutal.
No, Steve Yzerman did not fight very often. No, Brian. He did
He did fight though.
He did have some in his career, but he wasn't fighting all the time. I mean, obviously, when you're that good of a player, you're not fighting all the time.
He would drop him a couple times a year though with somebody.
Yeah, I'm gonna go quick and see. Well, Yzerman had 9 career fights.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Yzerman had 9 career fights.
I would have thought it would have been more than that. Really, that's funny.
Yeah, he wasn't a big fighter.
No,
but he didn't have to be, and he wasn't the guy that you want fighting if you're the Detroit Red Wings. Like, Detroit had other guys there, so guys like Yzerman didn't have to. And that was the point of having those other guys there. Darius Kasparaitis, I don't remember ever fighting much. He was a big hitter. He could throw some big hits, but I don't think he was a huge fighter.
He tried not to. He really ticked people off because he wouldn't drop them, especially when he missed on a hit and he went knee on knee with somebody.
Another guy that threw his fair share of knee on knee hits.
Yeah, like Alp Samuelson.
Yep, there's another one. Another guy that didn't fight a whole lot. Darius Kasparaitis only had 15 career fights.
That's it, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me.
At least according, I'm getting these numbers from hockeyfights.com. So That's my source for fight numbers and information, so I'm going with that. If it's wrong, my apologies. But Hockey Fights has Darius Kasparaitis at 15 career fights. Long shot there. That one goes high over the net.
Pull the goaltender. They probably won't.
Yeah, I don't even know if it's worth it for them to. Oh, I got to take the Capitals. I mean, it's felt like the Capitals have been on a power play, but they're not anymore. Oh, the goalie is out. Does NBC not have an empty net graphic now with this new?
Really?
I don't know. There was no empty net graphic up, and NBC's got this stupid new scoreboard that isn't good. I don't know. Good night, Caroline. Thank you for watching. Really appreciate it. Ken Baumgartner. Yep.
Oh, yeah.
There's one that I forgot. I'm thinking of someone else from the New York Rangers that was tough, fought a lot. Dale Purinton.
Jay Wells. But that would have been before your time.
Yeah, no, I was thinking of Dale Purinton.
Purinton, okay.
He fought a lot for the Rangers. I want to look up his...
Can't forget Rocky Thompson.
True.
Rocky. He was named Rocky.
Oh, wow. Purinton only had 48 career fights. I would imagine that's because... Oh, he wasn't in the league very long. That's why.
Play in the league
he didn't play a lot in the NHL. He had 6 fights in the preseason in 2000-2001.
Yeah, that makes
He must
sense.
have fought every game.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, he only played a few years in the regular season actually in the NHL. 2000-2001, he had 18 fights. 2001-2002, he had 11. 02-03, he had 9. And 03-04, he had 10. And that was pretty much the end of him in the NHL. So he wasn't in the league very long, and he still amassed 48 fights. That was another guy back from the early 2000s that I remembered that was tough when he was playing.
Jeff Odgers.
Jeff Odgers, he fought a lot, yeah.
And Lyle Odeline. Did we mention Lyle Odeline?
No, we missed Lyle Odeline. He
Montreal
dropped him quite a bit. Empty net goal here for the Capitals with 1:40 left. And Oshie gets the hat trick. It was TJ Oshie.
Sweet.
That is absolutely beautiful to see. Hat trick for TJ Oshie. And what a story that is.
That's what we needed. We needed the Hattie for his daddy. Hattie for his daddy. Right on, man. That's,
and in his first game back after the passing of his father, TJ Oshie has 3 of the 4 goals for the Washington Capitals and nets a hat trick, and he is very emotional on the bench right now, and you can imagine why. What a night for TJ Oshie.
Wow. What a great game. This is a great game. Because out of all the games we've done, dude, you've had a few blowouts. This makes up for it.
Hey, the Rangers just got one.
Oh, wow. And
wow, the Rangers aren't dead yet.
Thank you, sir. I had my over, too.
Wow, 4-2 now. I don't even know. Who was that for New York? They got guys in the lineup that have not played much this season.
Kravtsov by the looks of it, isn't it?
Isn't he 74? Barron.
Oh, it's Barron. Oh,
Barron for the Rangers scores.
Rookie.
I absolutely would think so, yeah. 4-2 Rangers make it a 2-goal game again. Obviously, it's too little, too late, but Barron scores. First NHL goal there for Barron. And that is obviously...
He didn't even celebrate that much.
No, Morgan Barron, first career NHL goal. That's cool to see, too. Anytime somebody gets their first, that is awesome.
Yeah, I think he's saying that right now. Like, why did I have to get it then? I don't even care.
Yeah, like what?
Yeah.
Morgan Barron with his first NHL goal. That is awesome. So Oshie gets a hat trick in his first game after the passing of his father. Barron scores his first NHL goal. We've got a 4-2 Capitals lead, which is exactly the score that I predicted at the beginning of this game.
I got my over, and I got Washington. Like, everything is right in the universe.
We had a line brawl. We've had 6 fights.
I had an awesome time doing this.
What a night! What a night! Nights like this make me love hockey.
Absolutely, this is fantastic. Now we just need a scrap at the end, and I don't think we'll get it, though.
No, I think these teams are pretty much checked out at this point. I don't know, Prosperous, what's going to happen with that, but obviously the Capitals are not too happy with Kuznetsov and his
whatever happened, whatever he did something to go on the COVID. Somebody knew something he did, and he probably didn't tell anybody he was doing it, and he's had lots of problems being a Capital. There was that whole cocaine incident not too long ago. And,
yeah. Now he's late for meetings, getting scratched from games, COVID list. This game goes final, and Capitals get the 4-2 win, and Nicholas Backstrom with a big hug for TJ Oshie on the bench.
What a game.
What a game. Man, it's nights like this that remind me of why hockey's been my favorite sport my entire life.
Crazy cool game, man.
That was awesome. That was awesome.
Blue Jackets are up 4-2. They won 4-2.
They won 4-2, so the Preds do not clinch tonight. That was incredible. What a game. God, this was such a fun night.
Yeah, it was. That was awesome. Jets are up 1-0.
Jets up 1-0.
If Flames lose this, man,
they're done. If the Flames lose tonight, they're done. I'm pretty sure.
The Jets just traveled across Canada to play this game.
Not to mention have lost 7 in a row.
Yeah.
Hey, Grubauer's back tonight for the Avalanche. That's big.
Yeah, that goes right into that game now. Eh? Are you doing this one too?
No, I'm done for tonight. I got work tomorrow. It's been raining here all week, so I haven't been able to do anything as far as outside goes. So I got to do everything tomorrow, Thursday and Friday.
All the landscaping?
Yeah, I got a lot to do tomorrow, but that's going to do it for tonight, guys. The Washington Capitals defeat the New York Rangers. 4-2 here. This was a awesome night. Awesome night. Awesome game. So much fun. 6 fights, 6 goals. Capitals and Rangers officially hate each other, which is perfect. We had Perlo on for the stream, which is always great to have him on. So, Perlo, thank you so much for being here. His channel's linked in the description. So,
yeah,
check him out. That is awesome. And I don't know, hockey, nights like tonight remind me of why hockey is my favorite sport. Oshie gets a hat trick the game after his father passes away. We have an opening face-off line brawl. We've got 6 fights in the game.
Yeah, what other sport do you get all of that?
No other sport compares to hockey. This was just an incredible night. And also, Wilson left the game with an injury, which we'll see where that goes. I feel like it had to have been on that slash from Buchnevich.
Yeah,
I can't see anywhere else where he would have gotten hurt other than that slash from Buchnevich.
Yeah, it's either that or they wanted to calm down the game and they took him out, calling it an injury. I don't know, but I thought that until I saw that whole thing happen with Buchnevich and Mantha, was it?
Yeah, Mantha went after Buchnevich after, so.
It's hard to say. We'll find out.
I don't know. We'll find out.
The storylines continue.
Yeah, and the Rangers and Capitals hate each other now, which is perfect because we got a real rivalry in the NHL.
Absolutely.
Which is absolutely sick. So, again, I got a pretty busy day tomorrow, guys, so I'm going to head off. I appreciate all of you guys watching so much. Really appreciate all of you guys in the chat. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't. Perlo's channel's linked in the description. Subscribe there. He's getting towards 1,000. We'd love to see him hit 1K. And have a great night, everyone. Have a great day tomorrow. The next game that I do will be Saturday afternoon. The Rangers against the Bruins at 3 p.m. That's an NBC game. Next live stream will be my regular show, Friday night, Off the Wall Hockey Show, 8 to 10. Plenty to talk about for that show, obviously. So, anyway, guys, with that, I'm going to sign off for tonight. Thank you all so much, and talk to you very, very soon. Have a great night. Have a great day tomorrow. Can't wait to see you all again.
All right. I got to